Hi everyone and welcome to Esotera Tarot. My name is Lydia and thank you so much for being here with me today. Unusual upload today, guys. Since I was away all week, and yeah, I will go into it, but since I was away all week, I thought that it would be great if we did a Four Aces, but on a Sunday, so in the slot of the timeless check-in. That way you get a bit more of a detailed reading from me, as we haven't had any for the past week, and it's a really great way to set us up for next week, where we will continue our usual schedule. Now, if this is the first time you've come across this video, then thank you so much for clicking and trusting me with your energy today. And for those of you who have been here before, then welcome back. I am so excited to be back at the table in the tarot studio with you all today. Yeah, I had a little bit of a time off. It's half term here in the UK, so I had not just my kids, but everyone else's kid here at the house. And you know what? It's been actually great. It's been a great time just to be with family and chill out and take my time and do some stuff around the house. It was actually a really aligned time considering the energies that we're in now, which is really a great time of resetting and restocking and getting rid of old stuff, ready for new stuff. And that's precisely what I've been doing this week, and I really hope that some of you have had an opportunity to do that over the week as well. But we will be back to our usual viewing schedule as of next week, and I'm going to be continuing with the new format of videos because they've been doing really well and got some great feedback there. And I've been really enjoying bringing you more astrology to give you a little bit of a backdrop to your readings, but I won't be doing that today. Today is just tarot, just the Four Aces. For those of you who are new to the Four Aces, I do a separate section at the beginning of the video just after this intro where I run through the spread and what it means. The reason I do that, it just saves me repeating myself for every sign. And for those of you who are cross-watching or watching for more than one sign, which I highly recommend that you do, it just saves you that repetitive intro every single time, and we can just jump straight into the readings and spend more time on your messages. I don't have any other channel update other than it's just great to be back, and it's great to continue doing videos for you. Thank you so much for all your love and support, everybody. It really means a lot to me, to the channel, to the cards, of course. So don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if the messages resonate with you today, and hit that subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are on so you don't miss more uploads as I release them over the next week. Okay, I'm going to jump into an explanation of the cards, so that will be the next section there. But for those of you who are already familiar with the cards, I will see you over at your timestamp. Hi, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time watching a Four Aces reading, or your first time to the channel in general, then thank you for clicking on this video and welcome. The Four Aces really talks about the four aspects of life, but also the four aspects of self. They're traditionally assigned to anything that is new in your life, but it also speaks to renewal as well, but also just focus on a different energetic point in which we observe, consume and experience life. So we start with the Ace of Swords. That's your mental clarity, that's your mind, it's what you're currently consciously focused on. I clarify the Ace of Swords first, as it is the easiest way to deduce whether or not this is your reading. Then I move into the Ace of Cups. That's your heart's desire. It's what you're moving towards, but also what is moving towards you as well, as the aces may show your intent, but they may also show the intent of other people. In the Ace of Cups, we might also see themes of love, as to be expected, but also heartache and healing as well, if those are present in your energies. I then move on to the Ace of Wands. That's your intent, that's your drive, that's also your spirit. It's what you want to do with the situation, the best outcome you're wanting from the situation, or somebody moving towards you as well with intent. And then I move into the Ace of Pentacles. They're your real world tangible results. The Pentacles deal with things that are real and also with themes of stability. So that might be monetary stability, but could also include health as well. So we may see a conclusion to the situation that we see on the table, or we may see something completely unrelated in each of the areas. I don't know until we get the cards on the table. And then after I've drawn all the cards, I will then draw a challenge for each section. That is just to ask Spirit if there's anything that we need to be aware of on the way or around the situation. These can be opportunities, but they can also be obstacles as well. And I also close off with some advice from the universe. Now, I set the intention for all of these readings for your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. I wholly recommend that you check all four of your placements, as that is the best way to get more or less less individualized reading for you. And with that, I'm going to move into the first of the signs, as I do Aries all the way through to Pisces. So I will see you over at your timestamp. Hi Aries, welcome to your 4 Aces reading. You are first again, my lovelies, first back with this refreshed and renewed energy that I am bringing to the room today. This is your 4 Aces. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the 4 Aces, there is a timestamp section at the beginning of the video where I run through all of the 4 Aces and what they mean. For those of you who are familiar, we're going to jump straight to your Ace of Swords. Okay, can you show me the Ace of Swords for? Whoa, whoa, whoa. My deck has never ever shuffled like that before. What's going on? Okay, Ace of Swords, please, for Aries. Can you do it the proper way? Thank you. I think my cards are a little bit rusty as well. I mean, I always practice tarot in between on breaks, but I've been deliberately letting them sit for a little bit, giving them some space, you know, letting the energies clear. So we're renewed for today, everybody. Okay, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aries, please. Can you show me Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We are still recording? Yes, we are. Okay. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please. In the Ace of Swords. What's on your mind, Aries? What are you thinking about? Okay, 10 of Wands. The 3 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. Something's not working out with another energy, is it? No. It's like you're trying to fix a problem. You and this other energy, you are showing me that you feel, I don't know about the other energy yet, but I'm sure I'll see as the reading goes on. You feel that you're either taking on most of the responsibility or it's like you're holding on till the end. Now, I don't know if it means the end of the connection or just the end of this joint project you're working on. Now, it could be a project. It could be fixing the relationship itself. It's something to do with your stability. And you're like, almost there, almost there. We will make it, almost there. But it's becoming quite tiresome and burdensome for you. Okay, you're almost like thinking, when is the end? When are things going to be good again? When will we start seeing the fruits of our labour? Okay, let's go into the Ace of Cups. I have a feeling that might shine a little bit more light onto the nature of this connection. The Ace of Cups, please. Right, the 4 of Swords. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, and the Devil. Okay, yeah, there's an attachment here that's not been going so great for whatever reason. You were planning your way out of it, and it seems like the energy attached to you is on board as well. You both want the same thing. You both want the same outcome. You both want to make progress. However, you, Aries, are growing a little bit bothered by it. It's still kind of bothering you. Like you don't feel that you're there yet. Okay, let's go into that Ace of Wands then. The Ace of Wands. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's, do you know what I will take for you, Aries? I'll take it. Knight of Wands in reverse, yeah. The 9 of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. You're just kind of growing a bit less enthusiastic for it. The Knight of Wands is in reverse. That's your Knight, okay? That's you in regards to momentum. You're like losing the will a little bit here. Keeping you up at night, yeah? That's the 9 of Swords. You want this over and done with as quickly as possible at this point. I think when you agreed to do whatever it is you're doing here, you realised it was going to be a long process, but I think it's dragging on maybe a little bit longer than you had hoped, or it was a bit more difficult than you had realised. The Page of Pentacles, looking at the Knight of Swords that way, is looking at the approach. Like, did we just agree to do this too quickly? Was there rushed decisions? Was somebody being rash with their behaviours? There's a little bit of, I don't want to say full-on regret. It's pointing towards regret. Almost like, if I knew what I know now, I wouldn't have bothered. But now I'm this far and have put in this much effort, then I might as well see it through to the end. Now, I don't know what the end is for you, Aries. Maybe the Ace of Pentacles will let us know. Can I see the Ace of Pentacles, please? How will this pan out? What is this ending? Now, I'm not seeing the world which is normally indicative of endings. It's just the whole energy about this is like, I just want this done. I don't think it's the end of the connection. It's almost like the end of a phase. Sorry, Aries. The computer is about to fall asleep. I will fix that after I do your reading. Okay, right, the Ace of Pentacles, please. If it falls asleep, I lose you all, my loves, and I can't be having that, no. Right, okay, can I get the Ace of Pentacles, please? The Ace of Pentacles. Temperance in reverse. It came out reverse, guys. We take it reverse. Yeah, Three of Swords. And the Six of Swords. I think you're going to get fed up and you're going to bounce, Aries, if I'm honest with you. It's painful, though. It hurts to do it, but you lose your patience. Temperance is time in reverse. You're like, no, this is just not working, because temperance is also balance. Three of Swords, pain. It's almost like an attempt to heal a wound has gone awry. Because temperance is healing, balance, and time. So it's healing over time in reverse, and the pain is still present. Six of Swords, attempt to move on. It just seems to get more and more painful and arduous as you go along here. The other energy, I'm not sure what it is that they're doing. They're showing me from the beginning their intent to be present and go along with this is fine. The Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, I think they're chipping away, but either they have habits that are just not compatible with yours, Aries, ways of doing things or approaches that aren't compatible with yours. The attachment is there, but it's not healthy. It's distorted under the Devil. So are you staying here just because you're used to them, or because you can actually see yourself building with them? It's kind of those kind of questions you might want to be asking yourself, Aries. Okay, I'm going to go into the challenges and opportunities. Let's see what's there for you. Can I see challenges and opportunities for Aries, please? Challenges and opportunities for Aries. Then I'll pull some universal advice, Aries, and see where this is ultimately going. Okay. The Ace of Swords, please. The Ace of Swords. Starting with the Ace of Swords. Okay. Yeah, the Lovers in reverse. Yeah, there has been a discord. Also, someone is not choosing the other person. Not fully. On paper, they are. They're showing me very functional pentacles. Unless you're attached to an earth sign, which earth signs do often pin pentacles to emotional investment. This person is attached almost as functionality rather than because they passionately desire to be there. The Lovers is the connection, yeah. So I think you've got history with whoever this is. But the Lovers is also choice. Somebody's not choosing, not fully choosing to be present. So that's what's causing the issue. That's why one of you is more in than the other. Like I see you both going, yeah, okay, we're more or less moving in the same direction, but somebody's bringing more enthusiasm for this than the other person. I believe it might be you, Aries, as you are showing me that you're taking on the bulk of the mental load. And people only willingly do that if they're invested. Okay, the challenge for the Ace of Cups, yeah, is the Eight of Cups on its side. There is some detachment that's starting to form, I think, on your part, Aries, a little bit, possibly on the other person as well. It's a case of being too afraid to let go. I'm not judging you for that, Aries. It's very hard to let go of people, especially when we do still care about them. We still wish for a future with them. I'm not saying you should bin them off straight away. But I think the disconnection has already slowly started to happen on either your side or on their side. Can it come back around? It can. But again, I'm more worried about this choice being in reverse. Somebody's choosing not to try and build on that. Or they're showing up as though they are Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm still here to help you pay the bills. But emotional reconnectivity? Whoa, I think that's a little bit too far. It's a bit like that. The Ace of Wands. Queen of Pentacles on her side. That's self-care and self-love. I think that one's for you, Aries. Almost a little bit of an advice here. There is an opportunity for you to care for yourself, but she's on her side. So I think that you're giving a little bit more than you actually need to or should be, keeping the whole thing from collapsing. I'm not seeing the Tower or anything like that, but Usually in these situations, a tower is not far behind. If we won't let go of something, usually the universe intervenes to make it almost impossible to keep attached to it. I don't think the universe is setting up to do that for you quite yet. It's saying, look, if you actually start caring for yourself a bit more and not being selfish, you're not being selfish. I don't know why I got a little spike of energy of, but that's selfish. No, not being selfish. Just putting yourself first, taking care of you. And then letting them just do their own thing. And then that's a great way of showing someone's true intentions. So caring for yourself doesn't necessarily mean locking yourself into a room and not speaking to the person and just focusing on, I don't know, your face mask and having your feet done. No, it means don't make excuses for them anymore. And don't try and reason for them anymore. Don't think that you are crazy, because if you're crazy, that means that life's more comfortable for them and they don't have to face their demons or whatever. It's like that. It's like, how are you talking to yourself? Are you on your side or are you on their side? Whose side are you on first? Because everyone should be on their own side. Cooperating and working with others, yes, but don't gaslight yourself. Don't try and tell yourself you're the crazy one, you're the one that needs to adjust all the time, you're the one that needs to bend all the time. Accept who you are, the good and the bad, work with the bad traits, but have somebody in your life that also loves the good traits and willing to work with you on your bad traits as well. I'm starting to ramble, Aries. It's because I'm passionate about you, my loves. I want you to have the best of the best. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles, yeah, the Empress as a challenge. Standing in your own power and your own confidence. Like, you know what's best for your own life. You know the people in your life that want to be there versus the ones that don't. Now, you've got to take a broad spectrum here, Aries, and look at the people who want to be in your life, friends, family, or it could be lovers. I don't know who it is that you're quibbling with here. It's easy. They choose to be there. If there's a problem, they turn up to try and solve it with you. The ones that don't really want to be there are the ones where you are constantly questioning yourself, they're constantly dropping the ball, or they're letting you down in some way. They have some benefit of being there, but they're not bringing to the table as much as you are. It's an unbalanced kind of thing. That's why the Devil's there, the Lover's in reverse. Okay, right, let's get you some universal advice, Aries. I've rambled on to you enough. If I can get a good shuffle on, I will. Can I get some universal advice for Aries, please? Some universal advice for Aries. Universal advice for Aries, please. Universal advice for Aries. King of Cups, yeah. The King of Cups loves himself and then he loves other people. Same with the Queen. The Queen of Bows, that's the Queen of Wands. Okay, highly attractive you are, Aries, and that's your Queen too. Oh, look, and there's the Queen of Cups. That's the self-compassion there. Okay, so we do, all of us, to some degree, operate as like a mirror. We attract in what we think we are. And it's subconscious as well as conscious in some cases. The King of Cups, and your advice is you love yourself more. You're attracting other energies that just naturally love you more. The Queen of Wands is about attracting in what she wants. And then the Queen of Cups is somebody who cares for self and approaches love with compassion. That's who you are, Aries. That's the King and Queen of Love. Matched together, literally drawn in together through the Queen of Wands being the attractive force. Because they both care for themselves deeply, and then they have the capacity to give and share that love in equal return towards each other through a mutual attraction. If that's what you're experiencing, Aries, or that's what you want and that's what you're trying to work for with this person, it can't possibly work, but it looks like a huge uphill battle, and that's in the outcome you kind of running out of patience with it, to be honest, Aries. I'm not telling you that. That's what you're telling me through the cards. You run out of patience. You realise this is not for your highest and greatest good, and you start sailing along. Presumably into somebody else who loves you better, but I see that being a little bit way down the road. Okay, Aries, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. And of course, all my one-to-one reading details are in the description box below. Take care, my lovely Aries, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, next up we have Taurus. Hello, my lovely Taurians. How are we doing today? We are, no we're not. Well, no, we're almost in Pisces season. I'm jumping ahead. I'm like, yeah, we're almost in April. No. I think it's because February has gone so fast, especially next to January. I feel like January was like a year in itself. So I feel like we're 6 months in already. But anyway, hi Taurus. Welcome to your Four Aces reading. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Four Aces, there is a timestamp section at the beginning of the video where I run through the Four Aces and what they mean. For those of you who are familiar, let's jump into your Ace of Swords. Okay, can you show me the Ace of Swords, please, for Taurus? The Ace of Swords for Taurus, please. Let's make sure we're running okay. My computer's stressing out a little bit over here, guys, but I think we're fine. The Ace of Swords for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, let's see what's on your mind, Taurus. The Ace of Swords, please. The Ace of Swords for Taurus, please. The Ace of Swords for Taurus. The Ace of Swords for Taurus, please. The Ace of Swords for Taurus. Justice, okay. Alright, okay. The Devil, Earth. It's going to be one of them readings, is it, Taurus? I'm all here for it, guys. And the Three of Cups. Oh. Okay. Right. I don't want to jump to conclusions here, Taurus. Anyone who's been watching this channel long enough knows my feelings about third-party readings. I'm not entirely convinced this is third party yet. It may be somebody taking the connection a lot more casually than you would otherwise like or accept. Or you are dealing with somebody who has somebody else. Or you're the person who has somebody else. I'm not clarifying, so it's hard to tell. But you want justice. I don't think you're the person because you're showing me justice. You're like, this needs to be rectified. Now, I'm not saying you're sitting there waiting to be chosen or anything like that. It's just that there's another energy involved here and it's causing an imbalance between you and another energy. Now, that other energy could be, I don't know, maybe they've got a friend that wants to party all the time and they're constantly out with them instead of with you. It could be that, you know. But there's three energies here and you're telling me this is not fair in some way. I don't know. Take that as it resonates, Taurus. Let's go to the Ace of Cups. I think that's where people get interesting. Can you show me the Ace of Cups, please, for Taurus? The Ace of Cups, please, for Taurus. Okay. Okay, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Four of Swords. And we have the Hermit. Oh, tactical, Taurus. I like it. You're withdrawn from this dynamic entirely. In fact, the more that you withdraw from it, the better you feel. Still on your mind though. It's like you're saying, I refuse to participate in this. So yeah, I think you may have found someone who had another person, or maybe they were saying, oh yeah, you know what, I'm going to break up with them soon and then me and you can start, Taurus, and they don't, something like that. Or they have a particularly bothersome ex or overbearing family member. Basically, you're attached to a person whose time is taken up by another person. So you said, I am not going to participate in this like a competition. I'm going to withdraw. And the more you withdraw, Taurus, the better you feel. Four of Swords. The Hermit, withdrawal. A wise withdrawal, though. The Hermit withdraws in order to learn. And it's part of a plan. The Knight of Pentacles, steady. And slow. It feels slow because, you know, when you hermit, it does feel slow because nothing's really happening. That's the point of the Hermit. That a lot is happening, Taurus. It happens internally. So you've gone off to find your own alignment with the self. Beautiful, Taurus. Okay. When I have the Ace of Wands, please. The Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, please. What is this Ace of Wands? I'm guessing this Ace of Wands, or I'm feeling this Ace of Wands might be somebody else towards you. Because at the moment you're like, I'm staying right where I am. Okay, right, the Ace of Wands, please. The Ace of Wands. Let's see what comes in. The Hierophant. Oh, thank goodness. Judgment. Okay. And the Fool. Okay. Yeah, do you know what? This is a very interesting time for you, Taurus. While you're in hermit mode, you start looking at what you will and will not accept in terms of commitments. Hierophant's about commitments, okay? Judgment, somebody makes a decision. Judgment call, that's either you, the Fool, over a new direction. I'm not sensing it's this person here, though. I think this is you. So I was wrong on thinking this was someone coming towards you. No, this is you strengthening your convictions there, Taurus. Judgment. You make a judgment call, commit to something else. Now, it could be your commitment to self, it could be commitment to a new project, but you're unshakable in your beliefs. I think maybe you were a bit more open in the recent past to entertaining more casual relationships, something like that. And now you're like, no, that period is done. I'm done with that now. I want a new beginning. That's the Fool. On your own terms, Judgment, Hierophant, with people who are serious. That's also your card. The Hierophant's a Taurus card, Taurus. So this is coming from your authentic self, which is marvellous. Okay. Right, the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, please. The Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, please. The Ace of Pentacles. The Page of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Two of Cups. Oh, somebody doesn't like that. No. So this other energy starts piping up. Not the one that's far out. I don't think you know the third energy. The one that connects you to, so the person you're dealing with, who has other energies attached to them. They come towards you wanting to be exclusive. After some time passes, I think obviously you've got a huge energy shift going on for you at the moment, Taurus, which you're kind of making your way through internally, and has nothing to do with this person. This middle section's just you. They make a reappearance here at the end. However, it's distorted. I think you outgrow them, or you can see through them, or you don't want to know. You do hear them out though. You're like, okay, I'll listen. I'll listen to what you have to say. But you kind of see through it. Five of Swords. You're like, this is worth my time. I don't think so. I think you're just not, by the time they step up to this, you're just like not as invested, or you don't trust them. I think the trust has gone. I'm saying you realise without the trust, there's no solid foundation in which to build. But you listen to them anyway, you hear them out. The Page of Swords, you hear them out anyway. Which I would. I don't blame you for that, Taurus. I mean, it must be quite redeeming, actually. So, yeah, listen to them. See what they have to say. But you don't trust them. That's the problem. Okay, right, let's get the challenges, please. And I think you're right not to trust them. It is a distorted energy from them. Right, let's get some challenges or opportunities. There we go. We've got the decision has not yet been made. The Judgment in reverse. So those of you that are over here, that are only just detaching from this other energy that's got other energies, you don't realise how much of a life-changing decision this eventually becomes for you. This isn't a case of you just walking away from this specific person. No, Taurus, you're actually walking away from the concept of casual in general. You're kind of done with this phase. You're like, It's just, you know, the shoe hasn't dropped. The shoe drops around here when you go into the self. Right, for the Ace of Cups, yeah, we've got the Hangman, but the Hangman's in reverse. Yeah, you're going to have moments, you're going to have intermittent moments where you're going to want to come out of hermit mode and probably either go around looking for someone else, excuse me, or confront this person or do something. You stop yourself though, because you know it's not the right thing to do, to act. Even though you kind of want to act. You're like, I'm not going to sit and take this. No, you're not taking it. You're removing your energy. But when you remove your energy and you go into hermit mode, it feels like nothing is happening. It feels like justice is not being served, and you want to go out and serve that justice. You get to serve the justice back here, but it's after doing nothing at all. Apart from focusing on yourself, your healing, and your inner learning. Right, for the Ace of Wands, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. That's beautiful. Okay, so you have a really good supportive network around you, Taurus. Use it. Okay, so that supportive network is either going to be work for you, or it's going to be long-term friends or family, close-knit community. That's where you really want to focus your energy at this time, whether they have words of wisdom for you, or they just, you know, hang out with you on that Friday night when you're used to hanging out with this person. at the moment, that's a great asset to you in whatever form that stability comes in. And those people, at least the universe is trying to point towards those people to say, hang out over there a little bit more. You might be surprised what you find in the things that are already familiar to you. There can be new things in there as well. It will also stop you with these spikes of wanting to get out and do something about this situation when really you just want to stay clear of it, for, at least for now. All right, the Ace of Pentacles, yeah, death. Yeah, it's kind of the end for whoever this is. It's leering. Like the sword of Damocles, it's just over your heads. And it's not you, it's not that you've been rejected or anything like that. It's not even that they've chose someone else over you. It's more like you choose it. You're like, I don't want to deal with this anymore because, you know, the foundations have been blown to smithereens. There's nothing to build here. Might as well just call it quits. Hurts and it's heartbreaking. I don't want to downplay that, but I think you feel nothing but relief when it's finally over, at least to some degree. Okay, can I get some universal advice for Taurus, please? Some universal advice for Taurus. Universal advice for Taurus, please. Universal advice for Taurus. Yeah, the world, there we go. There it is. There's the ending. The Three of Cups again. Yeah, it's the end of this casual situation. And the Eight of Stones. Skill, you learned something out of this though, Taurus. There's your silver lining. Please don't throw anything at your TV or mobile screen. I'm pretty sure you're sick to the back teeth of hearing such advice. It's because it's true. Unfortunately, well, no, fortunately, you have learned this. By learning this lesson, it greatly minimizes the chances of this happening to you again. Bonus, okay? You're just kind of done with the phase of casual, let's see where it goes, let's just, you know, throw caution to the wind. You're like, no, I'm done with this, I don't want to do this anymore. It's skilled you up. You've got what you can out of those situations, whether it would just be this one particular instance or this has been something you've engaged with for a while with multiple different people. You're like, no, I'm not done with this anymore. I'm done with this now. This has reached a cycle, a natural conclusion. I've got some skills and understanding about myself and others and dynamics and relationships out of it. Now you're going to carry that knowledge forwards and you actually start building something new pretty quickly. Starts with you though, by yourself. So I think you travel a little bit alone, but ultimately you're building in towards something else. So watch this space, Taurus. Okay, Taurus, so I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. Thank you so much for joining me here at Esotera Tarot, Taurus. All of my one-to-one readings details are in the description box below. Take care, my loves. Next up we have Gemini. Hello Gemini, my precious gems. I missed you all. Welcome to your Four Aces reading. Bear with me one sec. I'm being a bit slow today. It's very early. I wanted to get started early, get that morning energy going, Gemini. Anyway, welcome to your Four Aces reading. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Four Aces, there is a timestamp section at the beginning of the video where I run through the Four Aces and what they mean. For those of you who are familiar, let's jump into that Ace of Swords. Can you show me the Ace of Swords for Gemini, please? Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Gemini, please. The Ace of Swords for Gemini. I feel like giving it another shuffle, Gemini. I don't feel that was enough. Gemini, please. My precious gems. Okay, Gemini, please. Can you show me Gemini? Can you show me Gemini, please? Can you show me Gemini? Gemini, please. The Ace of Swords, Gemini. Whoa. Okay. The High Priestess in reverse. Judgment in reverse. These all reverse themselves, guys. The Knight of Swords in reverse. Where were you going, Gemini? Why are we all reversed? You're a little bit confused, aren't you? You think you're listening to your intuition about something, but you're not. It's distorted. You're quite disconnected, actually. I think you feel like you have to do something and you have no other choices. But that's not true. I don't know what it is. You're also putting off making a decision that's permanent because of that pressure. It's like, I need to do this thing, I want to do this thing. No, you don't want to. You kind of feel like you have to. And almost in having to do it, you're also then procrastinating in doing it because you don't want to do it. You know it's not right. You're like, yeah, now I'll revisit that next week, I'll revisit that next month, or whatever. You're putting it off and putting it off. And your higher self is trying to bang at the door, Gemini, to go, you don't have to do this at all. You could just bounce out of this. I don't know, there might be some repercussions of doing that you don't want to face. Which I get, you know. But you know it's not right. It doesn't feel right. You don't want to make a permanent judgment on it. You don't even really want to move forwards with it, but you feel like you have to. And I can feel the pressure mounting there, Gemini. Okay, I don't know what it's about, but let's see. Can we go to the Ace of Cups, please? Ace of Cups. I think in the Ace of Cups, we will see what this is about. Can you show me the Ace of Cups, please? The Ace of Cups. The Knight of Wands. Okay, so this is what you really want to go for. The Knight of Cups. Okay. And the Page of Swords. There's something else that you want, but you don't have enough information about it to actually act on it. Something you're passionate about, something that you're emotionally connected to. What you're showing me lacking is knowledge. So the Ace of Wands is intent, passion, desire, drive, attraction. The Knight of Cups is emotions, love, connectivity, spirituality in many ways as well. And then the Page of Swords, well, he's a page, he's not a knight. Now, your Knight of Swords is in reverse, so you're showing me, but when it comes to knowing, I don't know. I'm still finding this out. I don't know if it's a connection to an individual. It doesn't have to be an individual. It could be to a situation or a job or something like that. You're like, I need to know more. That's why you're stalling another situation. Until you find out more about the thing that you want. Gemini, are you shelving somebody? Or have we picked up on a cross-watcher here? The Ace of Wands. There's something else you want to go for, so that's why you're stalling this situation. Are you saying to me, Gemini, you're stalling? It's almost like saying, well, if that doesn't work out, then at least I have this to fall back on. Now, if it's something like a job, I get it. If it's a person, Gemini, hope not. Right. No judgment here, you do you, boo. Okay. Right, the Ace of Wands, please. The Ace of Wands, the Ace of Wands. You're just not into whatever this is, though, regardless of whether this works out. Right, the Ace of Wands, yeah, is this a commitment here? The Hierophant, the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. You don't know which way to commit your energy to or your resources. I think one's here available to you right now, but you're just not into it. One's a little bit further off in the distance. You're more into that, but you don't know. I don't know. You don't know if they like you back or if it would work out, or you just don't know them very well in general. If it's a person. If it's a job, you're like, well, I'm waiting to see the outcome of the application. Fair enough, job, whatever, that's fine. But with the intent here, you're looking at investment, Seven of Pentacles, and waiting, which demonstrates at least a little bit that both of these options are available to you to some degree. Five of Swords, yeah, there's a distortion there, and Hierophant and commitments. You don't know which way to commit. Do I go for sure and steady, but not that into it? Or do I go for the drive, the pull, the passion, but I don't really know much about them or it, or what I'm getting myself into? Well, I know which one usually wins out with people, Gemini. Right, can I? Not telling you what to do. Ace of Pentacles, please. Right. Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, please. The Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, please, for Gemini. Just, it's okay. You want to do the right thing. I get that, Gemini. The Moon, but you're like, I don't know what the right thing is, though, Lydia. Please tell me. King of Swords. Yeah, you're really trying to do the right thing. Right by you, right by the energies around you. The Moon, though, hides things. So there's elements of this where you're not going to know until you do it. Sorry. It's kind of how the universe works. That's the meaning of life, essentially, is finding out a lot of stuff as you go along. And then whatever that outcome is, you just add that to your bank of known things. And hopefully with each choice, each decision, you get better and better because you have more failures behind you or more variable outcomes that you can take life experience from, if that makes sense to you, Gemini. That is your king, okay, the King of Air, King of Swords. So you try to approach this in a fair way that feels right to you, also quite detached and logical. Where I think that this kind of plays in a little bit more. You're like, yeah, do you know what, maybe I should just stick with the devil. I know, but you've got that puller into the unknown. Something's pulling you into the unknown. And don't feel bad about that, Gemini. Again, that's the spice of life, to explore the unknown. Now, I'm not saying step out on people or, you know, shelve people or mislead. No, it doesn't. I don't mean it that way, and I don't think you do either. I don't think you've committed to anyone here. But I think one energy is going to want a commitment or a yes or a no sooner than the other one. The other one may not even know you're interested, for all I know. One certainly does and is almost waiting. Let's see what the opportunities and outcomes are. It's the one you're not really into. I know, it always works out that way, doesn't it, Gemini? Okay, can I get the Ace of Swords, please? Let's get some outcomes and some opportunities. Not outcomes, obstacles. Yeah, the Four of Swords here. I just don't think you're very aligned with whoever this is. I don't think it's personal slight on them. It's just everything in your gut is saying no, 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 no. No. And it's High Priestess in reverse. So I believe it. I don't think it's like, oh no, I don't want you now because something better came along. No, I think even on a spiritual level, the High Priestess is saying, nah, we're not aligned here. Alignment seems to be your MO at the moment. The High Priestess is, of course, concerned with that. Judgment in itself as well. Okay, so that's about making aligned choices. All right, let's get the Ace of Cups, please. The Ace of Cups. Yeah, there's another energy you want to connect to or wants to connect to you. Or even if you don't have another energy, Gemini, it's about choice here and what you want in a partner, someone who likes you upon all levels. That Page of Swords is saying you either don't know them very well or you don't know them yet, but they're very close. Yeah, you want an equal give and take. Connections, which also extends out to emotional give and take. Like, you want to be as into someone as they're into you. If you're just not into this energy you're attached to now, you know that that's not the right thing for you. It's not the right thing for them either. We've got strength on its side for the Ace of Wands. Yeah, you got to be strong through this. You waver, you wobble, but don't worry, the universe is on your side. Gemini, you know what the right thing to do is already. It's just pulling the trigger, right? That's going to require a degree of strength. You may also have to jump into a bit of blind faith here. Regarding this energy you do want to move towards or wants to move towards you. Again, that takes a degree of strength too. It's coming on though. It's coming online though. It's once you get that strength of conviction, the strength to actually do something based on that comes in. And everyone wobbles straight out the gate, Gemini, especially if you're doing something new. All right, the Ace of Pentacles, please. Okay, Hanged Man on its side. Yeah, it's just wobbles. You got the wobbles, Gemini, coming out of this. Now, I don't see you connecting with another energy immediately after ending this one if you choose to end it. You kind of wander about in the unknown for a little bit. And I think the knowledge, I think you know that, and the knowledge of that is what is holding you back. It's okay to take a pause on these things. You don't have to be connected to anybody. Even though there's one I can see you really want to be connected to. Yeah, give it time, give it breathing room, give it space. You're still cycling this thing out, whatever this is, before you can fully onboard anyone else. And that depends on who they are. Sorry, that doesn't depend on who they are. I think anybody. You're in a transition period. So, yeah, you're going to be alone for a little bit and you're going to get a little bit frustrated with that. But, you know, don't commit to something that you're not totally into either. That's just my tuppence on it. Okay, can I get some universal advice for Gemini, please? Universal advice for Gemini. Universal advice for Gemini, please. Universal advice for Gemini. Yeah, you've got the Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, the King of Stones, that's the King of Pentacles, nice. And then there's the Five of Wands as well. Yeah, that's, don't do that. Some of you may be at risk of just sticking with whoever this person is because they're available and they're reliable. That's settling, Gemini. I don't suggest you do that. The cards don't either. That results in the Five of Swords, which is frustration. Missing the mark. This person misses the mark. It's not their fault. Just not compatible. That's the Page of Swords, which we see down here. That's you shutting off any interest in getting to know this other energy. In favour of the King of Stones, the King of Pentacles. That's somebody reliable and known, which I think is this energy here. Yeah, if you do that, it's just going to be frustration. You're just kicking a can down the road. This really has nothing to do with whether or not you want to go towards another energy. Separating that entirely, Gemini. There's another energy here you're just not vibing with. You're just not really feeling connected to spiritually, physically. You're putting off making a decision around them. It's not right, whether you go into another connection or not. But while you hang on to it, there is no chance for a connection that's more aligned to you to come in because this person's taking up space. And not fair to them either. You're taking up their space to go and find someone who's more aligned with them. So it might feel difficult and cruel to do over here, which is what you're showing me, Gemini. You know, you don't want to upset anyone. You don't want to disappoint anybody. But the best thing you can do for both of you is to liberate them, to find whoever they want to be with and who wants to be with them equally, and the same for yourself as well. Okay, Gemini, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. And the details of all my one-to-one readings are in the description box below. And take care of yourselves, Gemini, until next time. Okay, next up we have Cancer. Hello, my cool crabs. I missed you guys. I did. I mean, I miss all of you, of course. Welcome to your Four Aces reading, Cancer. For those of you who are familiar with the Four Aces, unfamiliar with the Four Aces, there is a timestamp section at the beginning of the video where I run through the Four Aces and what they mean. For those of you who are familiar, then we are going to jump straight into your Ace of Swords. Okay, can you show me the Ace of Swords for Cancer, please? The Ace of Swords. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. The Ace of Swords, please. Oop. The Ace of Swords, please. Okay, Five of Wands. There's a discord. Okay, the King of Pentacles and Death. Ooh. Drama, Cancer. There's some changes to your stability for sure. It's causing quite the disturbance between you and other energies. I don't know if you're changing jobs, or maybe you're taking a lower paid job, or maybe you have to move, maybe it's nothing to do with money, maybe it's just there's something in your environment to do with your stability that's changing, or maybe you as a person is just changing. So how good old Cancer used to be back in the day, Cancer's changing, so now naturally that's having an impact on the relationships around you. Okay, so if you were seen as like the stable one in the connection and suddenly you just want to go jumping out of planes or whatever, the energies around you are struggling with that because it's not predictable like you have been. Right, can I get the Ace of Cups, please? The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, there is something new. Oh, okay, the Knight of Cups and, oh, the King of Cups. Wow, you are just lit right up, Cancer, aren't you? Just lit right up. There's something about this stability situation. You're absolutely in love with it and you're super aligned. I don't know, I'm getting job. It could be person, but you're like, yeah, I'm into this, I'm down for it. Your creative energy is lit at the moment. You see this thing taking you places, or this person taking you places. Knight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, brand new opportunity for you that you absolutely love, totally aligned with, that you want to do. However, there's other people in your environment that are like, no, 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 no. Well, sod those people, Cancer. It's your life, okay? I know people are very important to you, Cancer, your friends and your family, and their approval and all of that. I get that, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing. People say, oh, you know, who cares what the people think? Well, it depends on the other people, okay? Some people you have responsibility for, so of course, you know, they need to be wagered in, like children, spouses, to any big changes, obviously. Children less so than spouses, but you have to at least let them know, right? Or you might have a wise parent or uncle or something where they've always given you great advice. But at the end of the day, you have to balance that with what you know from within, Cancer. And what you know from within very, very clearly here is that this opportunity that's come in for you is totally aligned with who you are. That's your king. That's your knight. This is a new opportunity. So you're taking this on yourself. This is just for you. Right, can I get the Ace of Wands, please? The Ace of Wands. Yeah, equal give and take. So this energy gives back to you. Four of Pentacles. It's sturdy. It's newer than the King though, but it's still sturdy. And the High Priestess, which just feels right. It just feels good. It's like you've got green lights across the board. There is an energy exchange with the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is about balance. So you're counterbalancing with someone or something on the other end of this. It seems to be as into you as you're into them. And you can still speak of jobs that way. You know, a job is essentially its own energy. And it can be attracting to you as much as you're attracting it. Often that's what's happening there. Oh, for the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, it's the family. Someone's unhappy in your family environment. Ten of Cups in reverse. That's from family happiness, happiness with others. Strength and the Five of Pentacles. I think somebody is going to be... Are you going to be disowned from the family for pursuing this person or this job, Cancer? Or that's a worry for you or something? It's kind of what it looks like, which if that is the case, I'm so sorry. You need to get better people around you that are a little bit more supportive of you, Cancer. I don't think ostracizing people is ever the answer, even if you really disagree with what they do. I mean, it depends what they do, obviously, but some very severe things that cannot be forgiven. But if it's a case of, oh, we think you're with the wrong person, we don't like them, so we're not going to talk to you anymore because we don't like your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend. No, that never washes with me. Because at the end of the day, the best way to get through to someone who may be in a relationship that's not good for them is actually not to limit contact with them, but to increase contact with them. Because the more you surround yourself with people who love and care for you genuinely, the more than one person who doesn't love and care for you genuinely starts to stand out. That's why in a lot of abusive relationships, the abuser isolates the person first from their friends, their family, and their community, because they don't want them having that comparison, because that's where they lose their power. I don't see that happening here, but I do see one person in your family really not liking this. I don't think it's the energy you're connecting to or the thing you're connecting to. It's someone else on the outside of that that's causing a bit of a ruckus for you, Cancer. Okay, can I get some challenges and opportunities, please? I couldn't say that word, Cancer. Excuse me. Challenges and opportunities for Cancer, please. The Eight of Swords. Yeah, you're trying your best to filter these people out, this voice out that keeps going, no, this is terrible. Don't do this. Because it makes you worry if you let them in and they get into your head. You're trying to keep them out. The Eight of Swords, it's often associated with worry and overthinking, which yeah, it is. But it's also about self-protection here in some ways. In many cases, depending on the cards. Self-protection. Put them swords up so nobody can get into your mind too much. So I think this person's been like this with you before, Cancer. Okay, can I get the Ace of Cups, please? Yeah, the Two of Cups. Yeah, there's for sure a connection here. Now, I don't know, we could have a 50-50 split. It could be a pentacle. You could be connected to an earth sign. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be, but you can. They often show up as pentacles for emotional investment. Or if it is a job that's just super aligned to you and you just feel great and excited to go for it in a field you've always loved and were passionate about. It could be, with these cards, it could be either of them. An energy. Another energy for sure. I think that's the way it's going to go regardless of what goes on with this other person. Yeah, someone in your family, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know whether or not this energy you're going towards is not of the family. Like, let's say you come from a long line of shoemakers and you're like, do you know what? I don't want to make shoes anymore. I want to make toys. And they're like, what? Even though, you know, it might have a similar skill set, it might pay the same, it might be the same working hours. They're like, but it's not a shoe, it's a toy. We're shoe people. You can't just go off and be a toy person. It's almost like that. Maybe you want to date outside your religion or your race. I don't know. It's like that. The people around you are like, they're like, no, I'm disapproving of this. Right, okay, even though the connection itself seems wonderful for you. Could I get the Ace of Pentacles, please? Yeah, 6 of Wands. Universe is telling you, tell them to STFU. Just keep them out. This isn't actually their business, to be honest. So as much as they try and exile you out of the family or friendship group or whatever, you exile them in return. What's the saying? Diogenes of Sinope. He was an ancient Greek philosopher, and he was exiled from the city of Sinope. And his response to that was that he exiled the people of Sinope to stay in Sinope. It's like that. Right, can I love that quote, by the way. Interesting man, if you want to Google him. Right, can I get some universal advice, please, for Cancer? Universal advice for Cancer, please. This is very Romeo and Juliet, Cancer, I must say. Very nice. Thanks for bringing this to the table. First readings back for the week. Alright, can I get some universal advice, please? The moon. Yeah, of course it's going to be a bit of that. That's for sure. Oh, the star. Yeah, you're on a new path here. The 3 of Stones with this other energy next to you. Very close. Very creative energy, whoever this is. You're working on a new path with another energy. The energy seems to want to work with you. It seems quite safe, steady, stable, experienced. There's an unknown element to it because I think you're stepping out of the familiar. I think that's why this family has it, or friendship group has a problem. But it's also a great growth opportunity for you, because for you to go into the unknown, that's how you figure out more things about yourself. What you can do, what you can't do, what your strengths are, what your limits are. It's all going to be part of that experience, but it's a new path you're walking regardless. No, Cancer, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. And all of my one-to-one reading details are in the description box below if you are interested. And with that, Cancer, I'm going to love you and leave you. Until the next time, take care. Okay, next up we've got Leo. Hello, my lovely Leos. How have we been? Welcome to your 4 Aces reading. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the 4 Aces, there is a timestamp section at the beginning of the video where I run through the 4 Aces and what they mean. For those of you who are familiar, we're going to jump straight into your Ace of Swords. Can you show me the Ace of Swords for Leo, please? The Ace of Swords for Leo. The Ace of Swords for Leo, please. The Ace of Swords for Leo. The Ace of Swords, please, for Leo, please. The Ace of Swords for Leo. The Ace of Swords for Leo, please. Okay, we've got the 9 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, the King of Pentacles. Oh, you've been carrying a heavy burden here, Leo, haven't you? You're showing me as a very independent Leo. You're pretty much responsible for everything steady in your life. So I think I'm seeing a single Leo, where you've had to claw your way back from the brink a couple of times. So you've learned a lot from that. Very highly skilled. You're able to take on a lot. You may be the head of your household, or maybe just you and your household. But you're like, no, it's all on me, it's all on my plate. Without me, there's nothing else. And not in an arrogant way, though, Leo. You're saying, you know, that's just the reality of your situation. You're the one paying the bills. You're the one keeping the house clean. You're the one putting food on the table, cooking the food, washing the clothes, whatever it is that you need to do. Right, that's all on you. You're kind of carrying it there. I think you've been happy to carry it. You've gotten used to carrying it. But then you're starting to ask yourself, when will it get a little bit easier, or is anyone coming to help me? Valid question, Leo. Let's go into Ace of Cups. Let's see what's in there. Maybe by the end we'll get our answer. Alright, can I get the Ace of Cups, please? Very capable, very learned, but you're also a little bit withdrawn at this time as well. But a little bit of a, is anyone coming to help me, or is this just it forever? Okay, right, the Ace of Cups, please. Let's see what's going on there. Where's your heart's desire, Leo? The Ace of Cups, please. The Ace of Cups. The Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I get that. The Six of Pentacles and the Sun. Oh, thank goodness. I was getting a bit worried there, Leo. I was like, this is a lot of earth energy. I mean, you've got a lot of fire energy in the opening there, Leo, but it's all fire related. It's like a heavy fire. It's like that fire at the end of the campsite, you know, the camping trip, the smouldering, burning fire like that, you know, what's the phrase? The trial by fires. That's almost what you've been through, Leo. You've done very well. The Sun, that's your card. It's also the happiest card in the deck. And it's also the card of clarity. The Six of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. You lean a little bit too far into wanting your safety. You may have been burned in the past in terms of your stability. Maybe you partnered with someone, you lost everything, you had to rebuild up from scratch. Maybe you've done that a couple of times. You don't want to do that again. So there is absolutely no compromise when it comes to your stability. It will not be risked. I like that though, Leo. But at the same time, you're in a conflict in your heart, but you want to be happy, which requires you to expose yourself to some degree of risk. Now, I'm not saying to go out, if it's dating, for example, that's on your mind, Leo. I'm not saying go out and, you know, spend all your money on dates. And if somebody wants you to buy them a house tomorrow, just do it because you love them. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the exposure to someone coming to help you in the burden of life is, i.e. you meet someone, you move in together, you build a life and a family together. You are risking your stability on them. Because if you... say you both own a house, you both sell the house, you join together, you buy a bigger house. Ultimately, if the relationship breaks down, you're going to have to sell that house to go back towards your separate ways. It's that kind of exposure. Totally reasonable, totally expected. But there's a little bit of rigidity on that on your end, Leo. Just a little bit. But at the same time, you do want to share that. You like the idea of it. The idea of merging with someone else makes you very happy. But there is a little bit of apprehension of risking your current stability. So at the moment, everything's under your control. And Leos and its fire signs in general aren't really associated with wanting a lot of control. But the thing about Leos is you guys have the possession element of fire. Like you will be consumed or you will consume something else. It's that tendency. So there's almost like an all-consuming fear of letting go of anything and your stability, which is actually closing off your energy a little bit there. Alright, okay, the Ace of Wands, please. I hope that makes sense to you, Leo. I'm not judging you. I've got a Leo Venus. I kind of get it. Right, can I get the Ace of Wands, please? The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, please, for Leo. The Magician, okay, something starts happening. The Five of Swords. Five of Swords has been very busy today, guys. I leave you guys alone for a week and the Five of Swords is flying around everywhere. And yeah, there's your resources. The Nine of Pentacles, just what I was saying, Leo. Your personal management of your resources. Okay, this is an issue, the Five of Wands, when you're trying to manifest your next adventure, your next job, your next partner. It's getting in the way. Now, I feel like I'm being very irresponsible here by saying just be throw caution to the wind. No, just look at your budgets and balances. You know, it's more about you being confident that no matter what happens, you will be financially or emotionally okay by the end of it. So obviously keep building that savings part. That shouldn't have anything to do with connections whatsoever. Why you're associating so much with this with risk, I don't know. I mean, who have you been dating in the past, Leo? They've been taking all your money or something like that. If it's emotional for you, Leo, then it's taking one step at a time and checking in with yourself regularly and not really doing anything until you feel like you're ready. So you might be getting a bit impatient with yourself, but at the same time, I can see you need the help. You want the help. You want to share. You want to co-create. You want to grow with somebody else. But at the same time, you want to protect what's yours. And I get that, but you feel that that's hurting your manifestations in some way. It is to a degree. If you're being super rigid, if you're being very, what do we call it tight over here, cheap. I don't want to call you cheap, but I'm not saying that. But you know, it doesn't look great going to a date with like a coupon, unless you actually need that. But you're not showing me that. You're showing me you're actually pretty, at least the Leo that I am resonating with here today is actually financially quite stable. So I don't think that's you. You just showed me so much about financial risk and relationships here today, Leo. I imagine you might have some trauma with that in the past. So I think that's creating the distortion rather than your actual situation. You might be blowing this up massively out of proportion to what the real life risk is to your stability. Right, let's get the Ace of Pentacles. I'm interested in the Ace of Pentacles in this one. The Star. Okay, right, let's see. Ace of Pentacles again. Yeah, look, do you want to work with another energy? And you do. The Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. The universe is spiraling someone in for you. When? I don't know. The process probably began this month because the star is Aquarius and we're in Aquarius season. Or it'll be by next Aquarius season, which will give us a calendar year. If we see the Wheel of Fortune, I'll take that as confirmation. But I'm not seeing the Wheel of Fortune yet. The Wheel of Fortune's a calendar year. Someone does come in who's very, very stable. Very stable. I think it puts to bed all of these worries about your stability anyway. The universe is like, yeah, Leo's worked very hard. Let's give him what we want. Good. But in the meantime, Leo, you know, just, you are safe. You're fine. I think I've got a Leo with anxiety today. Yeah, you've been heartbroken in the past. That's why. And your stability was rocked and you don't want that happening again. Okay. Enough said. Confirmed. Right. So that's what needs to be addressed before entering. That's what's distorting your manifestation, not your actual financial situation. Okay, well, okay, I'm going to take this one for the Ace of Cups. Yeah, the King of Wands. Okay, so there might be somebody that's already caught your eye or you're wanting to connect to. That Leo passion is kind of taking over a little bit as well. I think it might have been dormant for a little while you were focusing on your stability, but now you're stable. You feel that you have the emotional bandwidth now to start going out there and moving and shaking, Leo, if you know what I mean. The Ace of Wands is the Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's your emotional management. For sure, 100%, I agree. Now, the Nine of Cups is traditionally thought of as wish fulfillment, hopes and dreams. It is, yes, but it's about emotional management. The Nines is about the management of self and your resources. Emotions are a resource. In reverse means there's an emotional element to this stability issue, Leo. And that's what's holding you back, not your actual stability. Right, I think it's just fear. It's fear of having to start all over again from nothing. Fear that somebody's going to come in and make you emotionally unstable, like mess around with your emotions, which then might affect you at work and other things. It's something that happened in the past that still needs to heal out. Yeah, and then there's that Five of Wands there is the challenge there with the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, actually, no. Right, okay, so the universe is actually going to bring a few people in for you to choose from, which will be nice. That's a nice treat. So Five of Wands is a competition, not just challenge. I'm not seeing you fighting anyone else at the moment. There's no one else in your energetic field that's going to fight you on this. So this only makes sense as a competition. You are catch, Leo, that's why. Right? Okay, can I get some universal advice for Leo, please? Universal advice for Leo. Once you sort this out with the emotions, everything else totally lined up. You look great, Leo. You're looking great. Yeah, the Nine of Arrows. Yeah, still stressing you out. That's the distortion right there. That's the Nine of Swords. There's your Nine of Cups. That's your emotional management as well. Anything else? One more, please, for Leo, please. Or did we just want two today? I don't know. I like three. Yeah, we like three, don't we? The Journey. Yeah, perfect. The universe delivers yet again. Exactly what I was saying. The universe agrees. So, the Nine of Swords, that's this one here, is you stressing out, you know, about opening up and the risk and the fear. Nine of Cups is, but that you're working on that. That's your emotional management, the right way up. Okay, combating that fear and overthinking. What you're thinking, and then the journey begins. Now the journey is actually death, but death is just transformation and change. In this deck, it's called the journey. They're like, okay, so you journey for some time by yourself, sorting out this emotional stuff you've got around your stability, and as soon as you get all healed, new opportunities start arising. A couple of new opportunities to co-create with another energy start to arise. Okay, Leo, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. Thank you so much for joining me here in the Zen Den. If you're interested in my one-to-one readings, check the description box below. And until next time, Leo, I'm going to love you and leave you. Take care. Okay, next up we've got Virgo. Hello my lovely Virgos, welcome to Esotera Tarot and your 4 Aces reading. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the 4 Aces, there is a timestamp section at the beginning of the video where I run through the 4 Aces and what they mean. For those of you who are familiar, then we're just going to jump straight into your Ace of Swords. Can you show me the Ace of Swords for Virgo, please? The Ace of Swords for Virgo. The Ace of Swords for Virgo, please. The Ace of Swords for Virgo. Oh, Virgo. Not good. There we go. Ace of Swords for Virgo, please. That's better. Virgo, please show me Virgo's Ace of Swords, please. Virgo's Ace of Swords, please. Ace of Swords for Virgo. The Two of Swords, okay. The Two of Cups, right. The Four of Swords. Okay, so you are connecting with another energy here. It seems aligned. It seems nice. You're bothered about something. Is that you trying to make a decision? But you're not connected to your heart. So it's really hard for you to make that decision right now. Okay. Now, I don't know if there's a time limit on this decision. I'm not feeling like there is. You're not. It doesn't feel like you're overly pressuring yourself, but it's like there in the background in your head, like, yeah, I've got to make a decision about this. Can I get the Ace of Cups, please? The Ace of Cups, please. The Ace of Cups. The Five of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Four of Wands. Okay. So you keep manifesting, at least this is what you're telling me, Virgo. You keep telling me you keep manifesting energies that are just not doing it for you. Like, yeah, they're happy to be present in some capacity, but then you're like, but they're just missing the mark, right? The depth you want, the maybe spiritual, emotional, physical. I don't know what it is for you, Virgo. With you being an earth sign, you should pretty much show me pentacles for all of those things. You're like, it's just not what you want. Or maybe you're questioning if you're missing the point. Because these energies, or this energy in particular, if it's just one person, keeps showing up. When they show up, they're not fulfilling the other half of the commitment. It's almost like they're standing there, but they're not doing anything. Again, this could be one person over and over, or it could be several people, like, you know, the same soul in a different body kind of thing. And you're like, ugh. And I think you're close to giving up on doing that, to be fair. Okay, can I think your heart's in it. I think you're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. Again, with this person, or with the concept of connecting to other people in general, because the results have been disappointing at best, okay, damaging at worst. Alright, let's get the Ace of Wands, please. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, please. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands. Okay, the Eight of Wands. Judgment, and the Queen of Cups. As I was shuffling that, Virgo, and I was looking over these cards, I was like, yeah, what I said still stands, but also I think there is another energy trying to get through to you, but because your heart's closed off, it can't reach you. So I think you're just expecting more of the same from everybody. You're like, oh, you again. Oh. You're just like the rest of them, that kind of thing. So it's not getting off the ground. And then the Ace of Wands, or the Eight of Wands, is communication. There's an energy exchange with somebody else. Judgment. This one's different. Queen of Cups. Comes from a compassionate angle. Now, I don't know if you have met this person yet or not. That Five of Pentacles being there. Because the Five of Pentacles, you remember, it's not just loss. It's also about missing the point. Because these people are out in the cold looking for help, and help's right there, and they're just literally missing it. So I don't know if there's someone in your environment or whoever that you're overlooking entirely. This person seems to have a familiarity with you. Queen of Cups. Judgment. But they said this one, it will change. Something will change. Judgment is about a new beginning. Eight of Wands, it starts with a conversation. Okay. Right, the Ace of Pentacles, please. The Ace of Pentacles. I don't think you see this person, Virgo. King of Swords. Okay, yeah. Temperance. And King of Wands. Oh, will they make themselves known over time? You don't know who this person is. I think you know them, but I don't think you know quite which way this could go. Now, the thing is, I don't really like saying that, because then you go looking for the person. The cards are very clear. This person will reveal themselves in time. That's the King of Swords. The King of Swords, he knows everything, right? He's the man of logic. He's the man of, he doesn't have to ask twice. He just knows. And he's the only king that is looking straight at you, because he's very clear. Perfect 20/20 vision with the King of Swords. So that's someone being revealed. Here's the truth. He's the King of Truth, right? Temperance, time. King of Wands, at present, this person. So now this is somebody either, right, I don't mean to be mean to the King of Wands. I love the King of Wands. But at the moment, I don't think you take this person very seriously. I think they're very much like, oh, do you know what? He just wants, or she just wants a good time, not a long time. King of Wands has kind of got a bit of a rep for that. Unfairly, I believe, sometimes. He's a complicated man, Virgo. Like someone who was a fly-by-night, only invested in themselves, but also traits that you admire, leadership qualities. The first one in, last one out. As in, when they put their mind to something, they go for it, and they don't stop until they get it. So lots of admirable qualities with this person, but at the moment you're not taking them very seriously. Or you just think they're the joke around, the feel-good person. It's like that. The attraction's there. At least them towards you, at the very least. Interesting. Right, can I get the Ace of Wands, please? Not the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords. We're going into the opportunities and obstacles now, Virgo. Right, can I get the Ace of Swords, please? The Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords here. The Ace of Swords. If you're connecting to this person here, is it them? Could be, actually. But you just don't see it because your heart's closed. The Tower on its side, yeah. This is completely unexpected. I don't think it's happened yet to you, Virgo. It's coming, though. It's going to rock your world. Right, can I get the Ace of Cups, please? The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, please. Six of Cups in reverse. Yeah. I keep getting this theme over and over again that you know this person, but they're like way out on the periphery of your life at present. You don't see them at all, but they're there. They're already here. Maybe they're just part of your community or something, right? And then the Ace of Wands is the Seven of Swords in reverse. That's deception in reverse. It's also strategy and planning in reverse. So you might find out this person's been harbouring these feelings for a while and just haven't told you yet. Because that in itself is a deception, technically. It's not a mean or malicious deception. Hiding your feelings from someone because you're too shy or embarrassed to come forward. It's a deception, but not a malicious one. And I think something like that is going to be revealed to you. And then the Ace of Pentacles, the full new beginning. brand new start with whoever or whatever this is. Cool. Right, that one seemed quite short, but very straightforward, Virgo. Thank you. Just because it's shorter doesn't mean it's any less. It means that you just got straight to the point and there isn't any confuddling. If you were kind of done with something here, then that's why this energy isn't really reaching you energetically or in the physical, because you're just like, I'm done with even trying to connect because I just get the same results every time and the results are disappointing. You need to do some healing, though, Queen of Cups, on that. That's the only thing you really need to do in this dynamic, Virgo. Then this person finds you at the right time. Okay, can I get some universal advice for Virgo, please? Universal advice for Virgo. Universal advice for Virgo, please. Universal advice for Virgo. 7 of Cups, options. Okay. Choices. Also illusions. There's definitely someone around you that you don't know likes you in that way, Virgo. 10 of Bows, 10 of Wands, responsibility. Yeah, that's very Virgo. The 3 of... Oh, you are. The 3 of Swords. You are healing from something else. That's why. And you're doing it. And you're taking responsibility for it. And that's beautiful. Look, we've got the Sun at the bottom of the deck in the hidden energy. You're going to feel great again. Okay, you are already healing from an illusion that someone else cast upon you. So now you're keeping a distance from... anyone else, because you're at that phase where you're like, I don't even know what I'm looking for anymore, because what I thought was real wasn't real. That could happen again, but you're on the healing track to that, though, which is great. You're already ahead of where I thought you were. You showed me it's a heavy burden, though, with the 10 of Wands, but the good news about the 10 of Wands is it's almost over. He's almost reached his destination. Is at the steepest part of the cliff, but the end is in sight. So you're almost there, Virgo. You've done the bulk of the hard work already, Virgo. So you're on the up from here. But yeah, definitely another energy around you at this time that's keeping a weather eye on you, but you have no clue. Okay, Virgo, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if it resonated with you. If you're interested in a one-to-one reading with me, then check the description box below for all of my links. And with that, Virgo, I'm going to love you and leave you. Until the next time, take care. Okay, next up we have Libra. Hello, my lovely Libras. Welcome to your 4 Aces reading. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the 4 Aces, there is a timestamp section at the beginning of the video where I run through the 4 Aces and what they mean. For those of you who are familiar, let's just jump straight into your Ace of Swords. Can you show me the Ace of Swords for Libra, please? The Ace of Swords for Libra, please. The Ace of Swords for Libra, please. The Ace of Swords for Libra. The Ace of Swords for Libra, please. Okay, we've got the 9 of Cups. Nice. Oh, 5 of Pentacles. Right. The 4 of Cups. Oh, no, that's good. Okay. There was something you were ignoring for a while, but then you've decided to stop ignoring it, and you feel a lot better for not ignoring it. And I think this is something within you, ultimately. Could be something from someone else. But for a little while, there was some resistance to maybe accepting some healing or something like that. You go through the process. The process feels quite shit, but then you actually come out of it going, oh, do you know what? I'm actually glad I went through that. I needed it. Now you're like, brighter skies ahead. I can do anything I want within reason, obviously. But you're re-energized. You're emotionally energized after healing something that you were putting off healing for a while. Okay, which I get it, Libra. Healing is painful, scary, and long, but you seem to be on the other end of the tunnel now. Okay, can I see the Ace of Cups, please? The Ace of Cups for Libra. The Ace of Cups, okay, straight out the gate, fine. The 10 of Wands, sure. The King of Cups and the 2 of Cups. Okay, so you have another energy you want to connect to. Who wants to connect to you? But I feel like you were saying it's a long way off, though. Like anything romantic seems quite burdensome to you at the moment, even though you've done all this great healing. And there's also kind of a bit of a sadness there that you reconnecting to another person or whoever this is that's in your life, there's a heaviness to it now. Even though the love is still there, the affection is still there, the drive to move towards each other is still there, it's just become burdensome. You're like, can I do this? Am I healed enough? Am I open enough? Can this person wait for me? That sort of thing. The Eight of Wands. Do I even want them to wait for me? You're carrying something heavy in there. Your cups towards others. You're like, it's just too much of a reach to do that right now. Right, can I get the Ace of Wands, please? I mean, you might have other things going on in your life as well, Libra. So you've got to leave space for those too, even though things like work, we think they're not linked to our emotions, but they most definitely are, you know. All right, the Ace of Wands. Oh, there we go. There's a Ten of Cups. Okay. The Knight of Swords and the King of Pentacles. I have a feeling this is an energy rushing in towards you. Very stable, very sturdy. King of Pentacles. This person's grounded and knows their shit. Very direct, and they want to join or combine with you in some way. Ten of Cups is shared happiness with others. Maybe you already know them, maybe they're already in your happiness circuit, but there is someone stable around you that just kind of wants to swoop in and tell you everything's going to be fine, Libra. I'm here to help you carry some of those sticks. Let's make it a little easier for you, lighten your burden, which is very nice. This could be a family member even, it doesn't even have to be a lover. It could be a lover, I don't know. Let's go to the Ace of Pentacles, let's see what happens there, maybe we'll get more of a clue. But yeah, they definitely have shared happiness on the brain though, like, you know, together we can do it. Two heads are better than one, that kind of thing, which is nice. Right, can I get the Ace of Pentacles, please? The Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. It's like they will pick up the slack of what you can't emotionally do. They're quite happy to put in the emotions. Okay, right, can I get... But they're doing it from a stable place, King of Pentacles, having plenty of resource, emotionally or otherwise. They're not burning themselves out. They're running on full cylinders because this is someone who takes care of themselves mentally and emotionally and physically too. Right, can I get the Ace of Pentacles, please? Yeah, Six of Cups, there's a soul bond there, yeah. Knight of Wands, lots of knights on the table. We've got all of them, have we? No, who are we missing? We're missing the Knight of Pentacles. And we don't really need him though because the King of Pentacles is here. And I don't think this is a question of pentacle energies. This is more of an emotional thing. So yeah, the Wands, the Cups, the Swords, and the Eight of Swords there. Yeah, okay. This person is determined. They are laser focused. They're even directing their impulsive energy towards you. Not just their focused energy, because everyone has focused energy in them and impulsive, erratic energy. And we're constantly balancing between the two. This person has their focused energy on you naturally, but also the energy that tends to be more erratic is also focused on you. They're making a conscious choice to focus it. Now, I don't know who this is, but they want to swoop in and help you because they're saying, Libra is important to me, Six of Cups. Libra is very important to me. Either you have a shared history or this person wants to build a shared history with you, that Ten of Cups being there as well. Because the Six of Cups is out nostalgia, but next to the Ten of Cups, that could be easily building a nostalgia with someone else over the long term. So I'm not seeing strong indications either if this is a new or old person. I'm leaning towards old, or at least someone that you know, not in age, I mean like as in you know them, because the King of Pentacles sometimes points to someone who you have a legacy with or a history or something, very grounded, reliable and stable, which suggests familiarity. I can't say that word. Familiarity. You know what I mean, Libra. Right, can I get the Ace of Swords, please? We're going into the opportunities and obstacles now, Libra. Okay, can you show me the Ace of Swords? The King of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you just don't, it's not got your mojo, Libra, for that kind of thing. You're like, meh. I think you just want to focus on your healing, you getting along, and also just being peaceful and not rocking the boat in any way. You know there will be a time for it though. You're just saying not right now. Right, can I get the Ace of Pentacles, please? The World in reverse. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay, there's a cycle closing out for you that hasn't quite closed out for you. That involves another energy. I'm hoping it's not this energy here. Why am I saying that? Because it would be lovely if people change and they come back around promising us all the things they couldn't promise us before. The likelihood of that happening is very slim though. I only see it very, very rarely come from a genuine place. Now this person is, it probably is this person. Let's see. Right, the Ace of Wands. Lovers in reverse. Jeez. Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. Right, Libra. I mean, some of you might be happy to hear this, but I'm dubious about it, just with how much intent they have towards you. This is a known person to you, for sure. This is somebody who did not choose you in some way in the past. And also you, at least according to you right now, Libra, you consider this person gone, dead, not physically dead, the connection dead, dusted, chapter closed, I've moved on. That was the pain you were healing out here that you refused to look at for a while, but you healed out the pain. You are truly on a path of new. To you, the cycle has closed with whoever this is. To them, the cycle has not closed. This is why they came rushing back round with such intent and clarity and familiarity towards you, Libra. Yeah, they do know you, Six of Cups. This is a shared history. The reason I know you don't see this coming is because your Queen of Swords is in reverse. Now, the Queen of Swords, she's the queen of knowing things. Okay, it's not even just that you don't see them in your physical, you don't even have an intuitive feeling that they're coming towards you, which normally you have. And it doesn't feel aligned to you when they appear. Like suddenly you're not aligned with it. Not over time, your alignment comes out, you're like, nope, nope, nope. Now, I don't know what happens beyond that. I don't know if you hear them out. I don't know what goes on. But someone is coming right back for round 2 or 3 or 4 or however many rounds you've gone with whoever this is. Okay, can I please get some universal advice for Libra, please? Universal advice for Libra. Universal advice for Libra, please. Universal advice for Libra. The Four of Swords, rest. That's where you were before, right? Did we have the Four of Swords on the table? No, we didn't. You do have very Four of Swords energy, though. The Green Man, the Emperor. Yeah, you'll do. Protect yourself. The Queen of Vessels. Protect your heart. Protect your heart at all costs with whoever this is. Eight of Wands, that's the card of messages in the hidden energy. Four of Swords, alignment with self first and foremost. Also rest. You do not have to rush any decisions for nobody, Libra. The Green Man, the Emperor. The Emperor protects. He protects that which is vulnerable. That's including you protecting yourself, okay? Because parts of yourself are still vulnerable, because even though you're feeling really good now, Libra, you've still got some little, you're not completely worked through all the kinks of your healing. You're there, but you're not quite there. That's what you said. Then the Queen of Cups is the healing queen, the queen of self-care, self-love, self-healing. You're still healing. So you need to protect that process first and foremost, regardless of what they say or what they want to do. That's your advice. As long as you protect that, you stay on your path and you stay in your lane, then you'll be just fine. Okay, Libra, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. For those of you who are interested in one-to-one readings, my description box is below. And with that, Libra, I'm going to love you and leave you. Until next time, take care. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your 4 Aces reading. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the 4 Aces, there is a timestamp section at the beginning of the video where I go through the Aces and what they mean. For those of you who are familiar, we're going to jump straight into your Ace of Swords. Can you show me Scorpio, please? Can you show me Scorpio? Scorpio, please. Can you show me Scorpio? Can you show me Scorpio, please? Can you show me Scorpio? Scorpio, please. Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Scorpio. Can you show me Scorpio, please? Scorpio. Can you show me Scorpio? Okay, Death. Well, there you are, Scorpio. That's your power card there. The Page of Wands in reverse. We're not reversed. Oh, and the Lovers. Okay. There is a connection. Things are changing or have changed with this connection. It's closed or closing off. The Page of Wands speaks of curiosity, of the energy before the journey. I think you were going to pursue something with this person. However, I think that it stopped before it got off the ground, and then it triggered in you, Scorpio, a period of change that was actually well needed. When Death appears for you guys, it means it's something, usually something good. Not easy, maybe painful, but needed. Okay, right, and you're aware of that. It's under your Ace of Swords. You're consciously aware. Okay, right. Okay, we're going in a change of direction. Something new is coming in, or you're preparing yourself for something new. Okay, can I get the Ace of Cups, please? The Ace of Cups. Now, I don't know if you closed it off with whoever this was, or they closed it. I'm not clarifying, but it's closed or it's closing off. I'm not seeing the world though, so I'm not seeing complete closure, but maybe we will see it as we go along, Scorpio. Right, the Ace of Cups. We've got the Three of Cups in reverse. It came out reverse. We take it reverse. The Nine of Cups. Yeah, Three of Swords. You're in a healing phase there, Scorpio. You've probably had offers to go out with friends. You're choosing not to. It's a little bit like Hermit energy, although I'm not seeing the Hermit card on the table. The Nine of Wands really speaks to learning from past mistakes or past hurt, especially when supported by the Three of Swords. But it's a very protective energy. It's not surrender, it's more like a pause. Like you need to have a little break, you need to have a breather, you need to get back on your feet, recalibrate your surroundings, and you're saying at this time you're not open to tons and tons of social interaction, whether it be dating others or going out with friends. You're like, no, I'm just gonna stay in and heal. Okay, but you're trying to learn through your healing. So it's not just pain for pain's sake. It's actually very transformative for you, Scorpio. Okay, can I get the Ace of Wands, please? The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands. There may also be some missing of this person as well. Could you show me? Because this energy, this connection has really come up as something that could have been but didn't happen. Three of Cups can also point not just to third parties or friends, it also points to casual situations. Okay, that feel good, nice ones, you know. Right, the Ace of Wands, the Hierophant. Do you know what? The Hierophant has come out at this position for so many readings today. The Ten of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Okay, you're just showing me you'd like to reopen to something else, something new, some kind of commitment, but it's a struggle for you at this time. Ten of Wands, heavy burden. The Knight of Cups, you've got a heavy heart. So you're still committed to getting things done, Scorpio. Your routines are still in place. You're still showing up for where you need to be, but your heart's not really in it. But that's because it's healing at this time. And you persevere nonetheless. You're like, I know I'll show up for myself eventually. I know I'll be into doing all this stuff for myself eventually. But because your heart is heavy, it feels like extra effort for you at this time. Which is completely understandable while you're in this healing phase, Scorpio. Okay, can I get the Ace of Pentacles for Scorpio, please? The Ace of Pentacles for Scorpio. Oh, there we go. You start opening up the Three of Wands. There we go. The Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. That's what we like to see. So over time, Scorpio, you actually get really solid and grounded. And then you start making some moves and your energy opens up. Now, I don't know what is you're opening up towards. It could be a new job or something like that, because Pentacles is often associated with work, but more so than anything else, given what else is going on with you in your other areas, this is just more like the emotional stability for you at this time. And you start proceeding slowly forward and your energy opens up quite wide to attract something off into the distance. Now, I'm not pulling any more cards, so I don't know what it is you're moving towards exactly, but it's something or someone that is good for you, because you're actually coming from a grounded, healed place. It's going to take a little bit of time for you to get there though, Scorpio. Okay, let's go into the obstacles and opportunities. Let's see what's coming in there. Can you show me Scorpio, please? Starting with the Ace of Swords, those two. Okay, okay, we've got them all. We've got the Page of Pentacles. So you're learning. You're learning how to live without this. Like I said, I don't think it was a very established connection, but it was one where at least it was very triggering into a change, so significant, even if it did not last that long. I think there's part of you understanding why it was so significant to you, Scorpio, given that it was one of those almosts. And those almost connections sometimes hurt the most, because you're not just letting go of the person, you're also letting go of the potential as well. And that's why it's in Page energy. It's never got out of Page energy. Page is like very young. Pages are potential. They don't actually do anything, but they have the potential to do things. Page of Pentacles has potential to learn. The Page of Wands has the potential to travel. It's like that. It's like the thinking, the yeah, I'm gonna go and pursue this. But what they do is they then pass that on to the king, the queen, so on and so forth, to actually do that action. And I think part of your healing journey, Scorpio, is looking at why didn't it work? Why didn't we get past Page energy? What happened there? And that would be very valuable to you at this time. The Fool, yeah, here's a new beginning for you. It's a bit of a struggle for you to start on that new beginning though, Scorpio, because you are still in healing. I think part of you just wants to get it over and done with. Like, I want to get out the healing process. I understand that, Scorpio, because it's painful, it feels very long as well. But this new beginning is going to open up in time when you are ready. If you go any faster and you're not ready, it could potentially just fall flat on its face as soon as you open the door. We don't want that. You want to make sure you've got all your ducks in a row, you're all healed and patched up and then ready to go. For the Ace of Wands, we have the Four of Cups. Yeah, that makes sense. As an obstacle, not an obstacle, challenge, I guess. You just want to use the here and now to focus on your healing. I get that. I do get that. You feel like you're missing that extra piece of yourself because you left it behind here with this other connection. No, you didn't leave it behind. You are still healing with it until that cup, whatever it is that they represented to you, gets healed out. Then you'll be ready to move on, or then you'll be approaching everything in your life with a full energy. At the moment, you're on probably 80% at most. Kind of dragging yourself out of bed to get to places, that sort of energy. That energy will return. You will get that spring in your step again, Scorpio, but it's just a little while out. You're very close though, because the Ten of Wands speaks to being close to the end of the journey, so you're almost there. And there we go, King of Wands. Okay, that's you finding your mojo back and thinking, yeah, do you know what, I'm ready to take on something new. I'm ready to start attracting again, but I'm also ready to start pursuing the things that I want. Now it's going to look differently for all of you, and the reason you're able to do this with the confidence of the King of Wands is because you have the King of Pentacles there, really holding steady, firm ground for you, Scorpio, so you can really build your confidence on that, whether that be material security or emotional security or even physical security, as the Pentacles do speak to health as well. Some of you may be focusing on your health at this time. And then you kind of have a bit of a glow up there, Scorpio. You're looking good. You're looking good. Okay, let's get some universal advice for Scorpio, please. Universal advice for Scorpio. Universal advice for Scorpio, please. Ten of Cups, yeah, look, there's your happiness right there. Okay, the 9 of arrows, that's the 9 of swords, which is, yeah, you've got to go through this process of thinking and overthinking a little bit. And then we have the stag, which is at the hermit. Okay, no, the stag isn't the hermit. What am I talking about? Why have I forgotten the stag? The hierophant. I went completely blank there, Scorpio, sorry. The hierophant, your commitments again. You get recommitted to your life, dedicated to your routines, who you are. That is the basis of your happiness, Scorpio, or at least the Scorpio I'm connected to. You feel somewhat disconnected from that at the moment. However, you're still kind of just going through the motions of it because you know it's the right thing to do. And you're thinking, well, where's my heart? Where's my spirit? Where's my enthusiasm? What you used to have. All that energy is being used on healing your heart at the moment. When your heart is healed, that energy will be returned to you for those activities, and it will be returned tenfold. Look, you've got the 10 of Cups here. Okay, that's true happiness, happiness with others. However, there is still a sting from one particular individual, but I see over time that kind of naturally fading away. I don't think it would be someone you'll ever forget, but the pain associated with them will go away slowly over time, and then you become more invested in your routines, and via that your energy then opens up to the new. Okay, Scorpio, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. Thank you so much for joining me here at Esotera Tarot, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care. Okay, next up we have Saggy. Hello Saggy, welcome to your 4 Aces reading. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the 4 Aces, there is a timestamp section at the beginning of the video where I go through the 4 Aces and what they mean. For those of you who are familiar, then we are going to jump straight into your Ace of Swords as soon as I get rid of Scorpio's cards. Okay, here we go, Sag. Can you show me Sagittarius, please? Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Sagittarius, please. Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Sagittarius, please. Show me Saggy. Sag. Sagittarius, please. Starting with your Ace of Swords for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, please. Sagittarius. Oh, okay. 9 of Wands. Okay. The 3 of Swords, yeah, and then the Devil. Okay, quite straightforward there, Saggy. A little heartbreak over an attachment there, which turned a bit sour. I don't know who walked away from who, but it doesn't really matter, I guess. The result is the same. You're healing through heartbreak. You're learning through heartbreak. And you've also built a bit of a wall of defence around you there, Sag. I just see you and you. But I mean, the attachment is there, but not in the physical. No, you're still healing them out, very much so. Top of mind, which tells me this is probably quite recent. This isn't someone from a decade ago. But yeah, you've built up a defence. You're like, no one shall enter until this has passed. I get that. Okay, for the, that would be why. 7 of Cups, Ace of Cups. So for the Ace of Cups, we've got the 7 of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the King of Cups. There's other people in your environment that want in. And you're like, no, I'm sorry, I'm still attached to someone else emotionally. I can't give to you right now. I believe it might be more than one person because the 7 of Cups is choices. For those of you where it's just one person, it's like your confusion or illusion over it. So you might be entertaining them a little bit or thinking, yeah, maybe I can open up, but deep down, if you're really honest with yourself, you're like, no, I can't open up to anything like that right now. Whoever this person is, they're very sincere. It has the potential to develop into something quite deep and serious for you. At the moment, it's in Page energy, so this is new. I believe this is someone moving towards you, but you are still quite heavily guarded there, at least in your mental energy there, Saggy. I mean, I think you do like them, but like it's kind of like the wrong time for you. Okay, now that's not me telling you what to do, Sag. This is you telling me through the cards, through your higher self. Okay, can I get the Ace of Wands, please? The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands for Saggy. Yeah, you're still emotionally detaching from whoever this is here. 8 of Cups, 3 of Cups, and the 3 of Pentacles. There's definitely another energy that wants to come on board with you. Again, potentially more than one. I don't know if you're on dating sites or you've been out and about, speed dating, I don't know. Maybe you're just catching a lot of people's eyes these days, Saggy. And that seems to happen a lot when you go into healing mode, when you close off. Closed energy becomes quite attractive because there's a detachment element to it. So a lot of people can be attracted to that. And I think that that's the effect that's happening here. This other energy wants to be cooperative with you, wants to have a good time, but you're saying, I would love that, but I need to emotionally detach from this person here, and you haven't done that yet. So that's why you are a little guarded at this time. You plan to continue on that journey of attachment. I think you still want to keep in contact with this person or keep talking to them in some way. There is still an energy exchange here. You're okay with light-hearted, surface level fun, but any more than that, I don't think you're at the capacity yet to give it. However, this person will eventually want that because they're showing me the King of Cups. That's what they would like to develop it into in time. Okay, can I get the Ace of Pentacles, please, for Saggy? The Ace of Pentacles for Sagittarius, please. The Ace of Pentacles for Sagittarius. The Ace of Cups. Okay, right. The Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords. Something you don't see coming, Saggy. I think that you do start something with this individual. However, it's after time. This person seems to wait for you. Whether you want them to or not is a different matter. But Seven of Pentacles speaks to waiting, investment and time. Passing. Eight of Swords, that just to tell me that you don't see this coming. I think you think this might be, they'll get bored and drift off somewhere else eventually if you're not giving them what they need. They don't. They're sticking around with hopes of starting something with you that's true and meaningful and deep. And their energy is actually really lovely and very soft and very sincere. It's you I'm more concerned about, Saggy. Not that you're not being sincere with this person, but your healing. As long as you're protecting your healing journey and not rushing into the next thing, which I don't think you are. Possibly, but I don't think so for the majority of you. I think you're quite happy to be open to see where it goes. But your healing comes first and foremost. You showed me that under your intent. You intend to still energetically and emotionally disengage from whoever that was in the past. I don't believe this is the same energy we're talking about here, even though we do have correspondences with the threes. I do think that that is another energy that's quite new to you, or at least this situation with them is quite new to you. Okay, can I please get the obstacles or opportunities, please, for Saggy? Obstacles and opportunities for Sagittarius, please. Obstacles and opportunities for Saggy. Whoa, those three, okay. We've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you just don't really feel like going out there. That's your Knight as well, Sag. Knight of Fire. Normally you absolutely adore the Knight of Fire. He moves, he's adventurous, he goes here, there and everywhere. He's parked at the moment. You're not really open to adventures. You're not really open to just skipping off into the sunset at this time. No, we're not on full cylinders yet, Sag. Getting there though. Getting there. I mean, he appeared on the table, the old Knight of Wands, which shows that his energy is still around you. However, he's in parked. He's not going anywhere. He's pretty much just staying by your side, waiting for you to heal, waiting for you to get back on your feet and get out there again, and then he'll be ready. There's absolutely no rush on that process though, Saggy, okay? 10 of Wands. Yeah, it's difficult. So I think whoever this is, or whatever this is to you that wants to connect to you, could be again multiple people or just one person. You're struggling to stay open to them. I think in a logical sense you know you want to, but it's just your emotions aren't there, and you can't force your emotions, Saggy. Many of us try, and you might be thinking, oh no, this person's great, why can't I get into this? I should be head over heels by now. Some of you, if this person hasn't come in yet, because you're still multiple energies around you at this time, I think even just having multiple around you is exhausting. I think others do drop off if it's more than one, because we've only got one cup over here, whereas over here you have 7. So you don't have to have literal 7 interests, but it just means more than one going to one. So I think the ones that aren't worth your time, or you're just not investing too much into them, they just drop off by the wayside naturally, because you're focused on healing, you're focused on only inviting in energies that complement you, that you don't have to go miles out of your way for. So naturally those energies and connections will drop off. However, it seems that one remains. The 7 of Swords, somebody that you do not realise. There's a cloaking element to whoever this is. I had a similar message for, who was it? Was it Taurus, I think? They also had somebody where it was like not quite as they seem. The 7 of Swords speaks of deception. Now, I don't see anyone here being particularly deceptive towards you. However, deception can also be a positive thing, like somebody hiding their feelings from you because they're too embarrassed to come forwards. That is a deception, strictly speaking, but we don't view it as a deception because it's not intended to harm anybody. It's self-protection, and I think it's like that. So I think somebody might be feeling a way towards you, but maybe they're not revealing to you how much. Now, can I get the Ace of Pentacles, please? The Ace of Pentacles. Also with this, be careful, like I said earlier, that you're not entering something prematurely just because you feel that you should and it feels nice. Make sure you're fully healed first, Saggy. Okay, for the Ace of Pentacles, yeah, the 5 of Pentacles, again, very similar. I think I got the 5 of Pentacles for it. I think it was choosing a Taurus or Gemini. It was back there. Similar card, I got the 5 of Pentacles. Now, the 5 of Pentacles, it's the card of loss and lack, but it's also the card of missing the point. Almost like the thing they want, which is help and aid, is right there, but they're missing the point. It's like the thing that's right, it's right there. So I think that there's something you're not seeing. That's backed up by the 8 of Swords, which can also be a card of not really seeing what's right in front of you because you're so focused on one thing, you don't realise there's more out there for you. So I think it's going to be quite a surprise for you, Saggy, who this person is. However, it looks like they are in your midst already. Okay, can I get some universal advice for Saggy? Now, don't go looking for them. They'll reveal themselves at the right time, Sag, okay? I warned whoever else had this message as well of the same thing. Okay. The only difference was I don't think they were healing out of anything, whereas I think you would most certainly are. Okay, can I please get some universal advice, please? Some universal advice for Saggy. The Hermit. The Moon. Yeah, you need to just be going within right now. And then there's the 8 of Arrows again. It's a struggle. The thing is, Saggy, like, you are full of life. You're the life and soul of the party. You're the first one to take on a new adventure, to seek the truth of the matter, to be here, there and everywhere. Social butterfly. In your own way, that varies differently between people how that's expressed and manifested, but more or less you like to be going out trying new things. It's a bit of a struggle for you to stay in one place and just stand and heal. But that's the advice the universe has for this time. The Hooded Man, aka the Hermit, he stays in to heal. The Mirror is the Moon. Now the Moon talks about shadow work, working with your subconscious energy healing, okay? And then the 8 of Swords again, when you're in this 8 of Swords energy where you're self-focused on you, which you may find as a bit of a struggle. It's framed as struggle in this deck. I don't know if you can read that there. Probably not, it says struggle. Might feel like you're in a bit of a famine period when it comes to your social activities at this time, Sag. It's part of the plan. Trust the process. That's all I can say to you, Sag. It looks like it's going to be great in the end. A new cup of love does open up for you at the end of all this. I don't know how long this process takes. It'll be different for you all. But it looks like there's somebody there by your side that's just kind of like understands what you're going through, giving you some respectful distance, hanging on, and they'll strike when the time is right. Okay, Sag, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. Thank you so much for joining me here at Esotera Tarot, Saggy. My one-to-one reading details are in the description box below. And until next time, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. Take care. Okay, next up we've got Capricorn. My happy Cappies, how are we doing? Welcome to your 4 Aces reading. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the 4 Aces, there is a timestamp section at the beginning of the video where I run through the 4 Aces and what they mean. For those of you who are familiar, we're going to jump straight into your Ace of Swords. Can you show me the Ace of Swords for Capricorn? The Ace of Swords for Capricorn. The Ace of Swords for Capricorn, please. The Ace of Swords for Capricorn. Hang on, 1 minute, Cappy. There we go, much better. Sorry. It's very warm today here in the UK. I mean, the sun is out. It's incredible. But it's also very hot in this room. So I was boiling. I had to take my t-shirt off. Okay, Capricorn, please. Can you show me Capricorn? Can you show me my happy Cappies, please? My happy Cappies. Capricorn, please. Sun, Moon, whoa, Rising and Venus. Oh, hang on. Move that out of the way. That was annoying me. Okay, Capricorn, please. Capricorn, can you show me Capricorn, please? The Ace of Swords for Capricorn. Starting with the Ace of Swords for Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Okay, we've got the Queen of Swords. Okay, the Lovers. The Lovers has been very active today, as well as the Hierophant. Busy, busy bees. And the Chariot. Oh, okay, so there's a connection here. It's been moving along quite nicely. And then you reach an understanding. It's almost like you collided. And then you're like, aha, okay, I get it now. But it's an inner understanding within you, Capricorn. You're like, okay. Like you accept this person for who they are, how fast they move, what it is they're about. Feels quite aligned that you're both moving in the same direction, at least to your understanding. Right, let's see the Ace of Cups. Get a little bit more on this. Can I please see the Ace of Cups, please? The Ace of Cups. I've got a crease there, Cappy. The Ace of Cups, please, for Capricorn. The Ace of Cups for Capricorn, please. The Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady, nice. The Ten of Pentacles, lovely. Oh, the Knight of Wands, yes. This is lovely, Capricorn. Very, very steady. As a Capricorn, I love that for you. Grounded. This is somebody who you feel close to or is part of your community in some way. It's culturally very similar. If not culturally, then just by, I don't know, it's that cut from the same cloth kind of thing. Like you see, you can meet someone from the other side of the world, but you just kind of just get on very well. Almost effortless, like you've known each other for years, or you have literally known this person for years. Knight of Wands, there's your passion. It's fun, it's exciting. But the Knight of Pentacles, it's moving in a steady, predictable way that you, as an earth sign, Capricorn, need. So that spark is there, but it's under very steady energy, which is nice. So I don't think things are going to go off the rails or go out of hand. Okay, let's get the Ace of Wands. Where are you going? What's your intention to go with this person? Oh, okay, interesting. So this one came out first. We've got the Nine of Wands in reverse. We had the Three of Swords in reverse, and then you have the World. So you are healing the end of a cycle through this connection. Now, I'm not saying you're using them. I don't think that's the case. No, it's more like, oh, so this is what connections can be like and feel like. Oh, right. Well, no wonder it didn't work out with anyone else. I didn't know it could be this way. I didn't know this could be safe and steady, but also fun and passionate. You may have only experienced one or the other, Cappy, so you might have just only had steady, slow, predictable connections, which did not have the innovation and drive that Capricorns really do need. So people misunderstand Capricorns in that way. They think you're just quite happy to keep plodding along doing the same thing all the time. No, Capricorns like to grow. You're after a goat. Goats like to climb, right? So if you're with a partnership, however you define it, with someone who does not want to climb, they don't want to get any better, they don't want to grow, you will become discontented in that. Or maybe you've had energies where it's all been fun and excitement, but there's been nothing steady underneath. Those feel very shaky, very vulnerable. They often burn out faster than they flew in. I think what you've got here in this connection is a very aligned energy of both of those elements, where it's still fun, exciting, and they want to grow, but it's steady and it's realistic. And I think it might be the first time you've had that kind of connection. And it's really putting into place all the healing that you've done over past failed connections and understanding why they failed. Because in this person, you've seen that you're truly compatible with, Capricorn. Okay, that mixture of earth and fire. Okay, that's essentially what mountainous high top ranges are. They're a result of seismic shifts. That's what creates mountains and alleyways. It's movement and earth, and that's the type of earth you are most strongly associated with, Capricorn. Okay, can I get the Ace of Pentacles, please? The Ace of Pentacles. Oh, that one wanted to flip itself. Temperance. We've got the Three of Cups in reverse, and then we've got the Seven of Swords. I don't think this person's here to stay, though. I wish I saw more on the end of that. Three of Cups in reverse can mean a couple of things. Now, either means this just fizzles out, or it means this is probably not as casual and fun as you think, but that's shown to you over time. I'm not seeing this as a bad thing necessarily. I think this is a turning or pivotal point for you, Capricorn. That essentially really helps you in your healing, whoever or whatever this is that you're connecting to. Very helpful for your healing. But you don't need them to heal. So I think that's why they kind of circle out after a while. After a while, Temperance though, because of the balance, you don't need them anymore. It's a bit of a crutch person. Now, I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. I'm not saying you're using them. I'm not saying you're doing it on purpose. The universe sends these people to us in our times of need to demonstrate what we need to be really shooting for. Because unless you experience it a little bit, you don't really know what direction you're going in. This person spins out. He's under the Seven of Swords, which is like strategy, planning, deception, things like that. But it's for a reason. With Temperance, I like to see Temperance here. That tells me it's all for a good reason. That's very healing and very grounding to you. And you actually end up better for it. It makes these two cards, the Nine of Wands in reverse and the Three of Swords in reverse, make a lot more sense. Okay, there was a little bit, last bit of healing over past connections you hadn't done. Now this energy is coming in to kind of show you the way. Not on purpose, it may be some of you, but no, it's very subconscious. Alright, can I get some universal advice, please, for Capricorn? Not universal advice, the opportunities and obstacles, please, for Capricorn. Opportunities and obstacles, please. This is the Page of Knight of Wands on his side. Yeah, this person's coming in to give you a little jolt. Little jolt, put you back on your horse, Capricorn, to keep you going, inject a little bit of fun and excitement. Whether they're here yet, I don't know, because he's on his side, or it's developing into that. Okay, and you needed that. Give you a little spark back. Right, can I get the Ace of Cups? Okay, 2 for the Ace of Cups. Yeah, you've got the Nine of Cups in the reverse and the Fool in the upright. Yeah, this person's come to jolt you out of a cycle or something you weren't doing to put you on a new path. You wouldn't have done it yourself. Something to do with your emotions. I don't know if your emotions are tangled in someone else or some other situation that's making you unhappy, which is probably leading to a little bit of procrastination on your end or reluctance to start a new path. This person's coming to jolt you onto a new path. The Ace of Wands, please. Yeah, the Seven of Swords in reverse. You don't know that that's the reason though, and you don't realise how healing this energy is to you, probably until they've gone. And you look back on it like, oh, okay, this person makes sense to me now. Right, the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. Yeah, it's The Hangman in reverse is about cutting, he cuts himself down and he's about to move. So this is like a subversion. It's like you were going along steady, but the universe needed you to be over there, but you knew you kind of needed to be over there, but you weren't doing it, so they sent an energy in to catapult you over there. The universe does that. It's done it to me loads. It's very disorientating, but you look back and you're like, thank God, thank you. I couldn't ask for this at a better time. Okay, can we get some universal advice, please? Sorry, Cappy. I had to make sure we stay recording there. And I've lost my jive with my shuffles now. I'm starting that one again. That was terrible, Capricorn. We're not doing that for a shuffle. No, no, not today. Proper shuffle, please, for Cappy. Thank you. There we go. Universal advice, please, for Capricorn. Universal advice for Cappy, please. Universal advice for Capricorn, please. Universal advice for Capricorn. 10 of Swords, yeah, the ending is also the instruction for the new beginning, the Knight of Cups. Okay, so yeah, that's you traveling. And then the King of Stones, King of Pentacles, towards greater abundance and stability. So the 10 of Swords in this deck is very interesting because traditionally it's a man with swords in his back, but on this deck it's actually learning, somebody helping someone else learn a new skill. That's what endings are essentially for. So this person's coming in almost as like a mentor or to show you a new way or something like that. In terms of your emotional management and direction, that's the Knight of Cups, a very emotional lesson here. And then the King of Stones is the King of Pentacles. That's towards more grounded and abundant emotional life, whether it be by yourself or sharing with others as well. There's a great healing journey in here for you, Capricorn. Have fun with whoever or whatever this is. It's going to be a ride. Don't be too sad when it spins out. I think it will happen very naturally, actually. Just one of those things, it is what it is. But you'll look back and think, thank God I met this person. They've been very pivotal to me at this time. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. And if you want a one-to-one reading, please check the description box below. And until next time, Cappy, I'm going to love you and leave you. Take care. Right, next up we've got Aquarius. Hello Aquarius, how are we doing? Welcome to your 4 Aces reading. For those of you who are familiar with the 4 Aces, there is a time-stamped section at the beginning of the video where I run through the 4 Aces and what they mean. For those of you who aren't familiar, who are familiar, aren't. We're going to jump into your Ace of Swords. Sorry, Aquarius. I'm all over the place. And happy birthday, my lovelies. We are still just in Aquarius season. I know it's almost Pisces season because it's very close to my daughter's birthday and she's a little fish. I thought she was supposed to be an Aquarian. She was. I was quite excited about that because we don't have any Aquarians in our family. We only have myself as an earth sign, my mother's a fire sign, and then everyone else is a water sign, Pisces or Cancer. Everybody. We would have loved an air sign to mix it up, but no, Poseidon had other plans for my girl. Even though I would have liked a little Aquarian, I do love my little fish. Okay, enough of my rambling. Let's get on with your reading. Can you show me Aquarius, please? Can you show me Aquarius, please? Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Aquarius, please. Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. That's too many, but I think they wanted me to see the Queen of Cups. That's all right. I see you there, Queenie. Okay, Queen of Cups, nice, lovely healing energy there, Aquarius, good, okay. The Chariot, nice, and the 8 of Wands. Now, I don't know if you've spoken to someone else, there's someone else in your energy that's a bit of a mentor, a guide, or a feel-good person, but you've been speaking with them, there's been an energy exchange, and it has encouraged you to move forwards into self-care, self-love, and abundance, and I think you're genuinely quite excited about it, Aquarius. See, people always think, oh, I've got to go through my self-healing now, how boring. Yeah, it can be boring, but it can also be very exciting watching your yourself grow, learn and improve, and just taking that time just to focus on you and nobody else. That's the phase that we're entering at the moment, Aquarius. I mean, you may have had quite the tumultuous birthday season. It has been kind of crazy, I'm not going to lie. Right, okay, can I get the Ace of Cups, please, for Aquarius? The Ace of Cups, the Emperor, the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, lovely. The Eight of Pentacles. Yes, yes, yes. That's all you want to do. You just want to focus on you, me, myself, and I. You're like, I'm all about it, though. So the Eight of Pentacles is you physically working on something. The Queen of Pentacles is your own security and self-investment. The Emperor is the powerhouse. So you actually have a goal of where you want to be, your highest self. You're envisioning not just your highest self in a spiritual sense, but yourself like, where can I be in 12 months if I go to the gym solidly for 4 days a week, or just eat natural foods every single day? It's like, or I put 100% into this project or learning this new skill. You're projecting into the future, your future potentials, if you just focus on yourself. And they're solid, and your projections are realistic and very, very achievable, and that's making you excited, Aquarius, and I'm excited for you. So far only seeing you, but not necessarily. Let's see what's going on with the Ace of Wands. And it all starts with you loving yourself, Aquarius, and going, yeah, do you know what, I deserve better, I can do better, I'm going to give myself better. Right, the Ace of Wands, please. The Ace of Wands for Aquarius. The Ace of Wands. It's like you've had this vision of your potential this whole time, but it's only now you're acting on it. It's only now you're giving yourself permission to act on it, instead of looking after absolutely everybody else's needs first. Get it, Aquarius? It's lovely. The World, yeah, there has been the ending of a cycle here, possibly with other individuals. There we go, yeah, Six of Cups. And the King of Pentacles. So there might have been someone that you've known for a long time, or you have a history of repeating this pattern with soul connections. Something to do with your resources. So you're the one to ground other people. You're the one to provide direction, reassurance, help them get to where they need to be. But now you're redirecting that energy inward, Aquarius, and using that to get you to where you need to be. So that, I assume then that there was somebody maybe in the not so distant past where you were like, enough is enough. I'm not investing this much in other people anymore. Not before investing in myself. And I mean that as in like lovers, friends, family. I'm not counting like children, obviously. You invest them first because they're dependent on you. No, these are, I'm talking about adults' energies that are not necessarily dependent on you, that can do things independently by themselves, but they choose not to because you're the one that always picks up the pieces, or you're the one who fixes things, you're the ones that holding things together for them. And you've said enough is enough, I am not doing that, I'm not being the King of Pentacles anymore for other people. You want to be the King of Pentacles for yourself. And here we have the alignment here, we've got the King and Queen of Pentacles. They only invest in what's worthwhile. So you're saying, okay, you know you're worthwhile, so you're investing in you. If another energy shows up and they are worthwhile, then you will invest in them too. But until then, no, all that energy is just reserved for you. You're making your way up in the world, Aquarius. Right, let's look at the Ace of Pentacles, please. The Ace of Pentacles. We don't have any swords on the table, which is unusual for you, Aquarius. Okay. Justice, okay, yeah, it feels right. The Lovers, okay, yeah, then the right person comes in, Aquarius. The Hierophant, oh, this is a long-term commitment person. So I'm looking, I think, at a single Aquarius. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lover. Lovers just means choice and in connections. So it could be a best friend you're calling in, a friend that feels like family. Could even be a job where you make it your career. The Hierophant just speaks of contracts and agreements. Okay, between two people, both making a choice. The Lovers, justice, it's balanced and it feels right. I don't know how far out this is, but this is a result of all your hard work here, pouring all this caring, loving, building, creative energy into yourself first. And then you naturally attract in somebody who is the same. They build into themselves and then they give to other people. Two energies like that can conquer the world, Aquarius, and it looks like you are walking straight into one. However, I don't think that's your intent. Your intent is just to grow yourself. Okay, right, can I get some opportunities or obstacles, please, for Aquarius? Opportunities and obstacles for Aquarius, please. Opportunities and obstacles for Aquarius. The Three of Pentacles on its side. Yeah, that's you assessing what's working and what's not. I think you may have had a bit of a purge of people, Aquarius. Like, okay, are you working with me or against me? Oh, against me? Oh, you can go. Oh, but you're working with me, so you can stay. And this is across lovers, friends, family, even just whoever you see in the supermarket aisle, right? You're being very selective in who you give your time and energy to at this time, because you just want to grow and move forwards, and if the energy is attached to you aren't interested in doing that, then they can just go. Yeah, the Ten of Cups in reverse. Now the Ten of Cups is happiness with others. You haven't been content with others around you in your life for a while. I don't think it's the fault of all of them. I'm not here to point fingers, but if you have been expending your personal energy towards others instead of using that on yourself, basically your cup ends up running dry and empty. And I think we've got a dry and empty Aquarian on our hands here, and you need to fill that cup back up. But you're on it and you're already aware of that, Aquarius. I don't need to tell you about that. The Magician in reverse. Yeah, you're just releasing any energies to you that may have been either manipulative or just plain unlucky. The Magician speaks to manifestation, the magic of the universe through the balance of the cosmos and the physical, okay? So this is what I mean whenever I speak about luck. Luck's not really luck, it's just a rebalancing of energies, right? You're like, no, you've now got the skills now that you are not going to read into things that aren't there. You're not going to take false promises. If somebody shows up and they don't show up, then you don't give them the second chance to do that to you again. I mean, I think you'll give everyone one chance because you seem pretty fair, Aquarius. Justice is here on the table after all. But anyone who hinders your manifestation abilities, anyone who distorts the energy around you, anyone who upsets you and doesn't work with you to resolve the upset. I mean, because you could have an argument with someone, it doesn't mean it's the end of the relationship. If they're willing to compromise and you are, then you strengthen from that. They're the types of connections you're looking at going forwards, Aquarius, not people who just want to keep dragging you down, slowing you down, clogging up your energy with negativity. You're like, no, get them out my way. And the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. That's what you need first as a challenge, is you being steady and grounded and management of your own resources. Now, resources can speak to money, but it also speaks to other types of resources like time and attention. That needs to be on you. The right way up, the Nine of Pentacles is actually pre-Empress energy. She has just started tending her own garden and looking after herself to ready for her glow up. In reverse, it means that that's what you need at this time. You need to be your own best friend for a little while. And then this other energy comes in that matches that. While you're in this energy where you're depleted, you're just going to keep attracting people who are depleted. Now you want your energy bar full, and then you attract people who are full and able to give and take in a much more equal manner. Okay, let's get some universal advice for you on this one, Aquarius. Can I get some universal advice for Aquarius, please? Universal advice for Aquarius. Universal advice for Aquarius, please. Universal advice for Aquarius. Yeah, the Archer, that's the Chariot. We had the Chariot in the opening. You're going places. Ten of Cups, straight to your shared happiness. It was in reverse here. But shared happiness starts at home. It starts with your happiness, Aquarius. And then the Ancestor, yeah, that's the High Priestess. That's your internal energies. Getting your internal energy straight, your internal happiness straight. And that sends out almost like an antenna of energy to other people that are resonating at that same frequency. And it brings them in towards you. And it opens up something very committed, long-term and beautiful and right just over the horizon for you there, Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, so I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know. Oh, look, we've got the Ace of Cups at the bottom of this deck as well. Just saying, Aquarius. Anyway, if it helped, please give that thumbs up button a little smash. And if you are interested in one-to-one readings, then check the description box below. And thank you so much for being here with me, Aquarius. I love having your energy here with me in the Zen Den. And until next time, my loves, take care. Okay, next up we've got Pisces, my beautiful Pisces people. How are we doing? Welcome to Esotera Tarot. I missed you all. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the 4 aces, there is a time-stamped section at the beginning of the video where I run through all 4 of the aces and what they mean. For those of you who are familiar, we're going to jump straight into your Ace of Swords. Can you show me the Ace of Swords for Pisces, please? The Ace of Swords for Pisces, please. The Ace of Swords for Pisces, please. Can you show me the Ace of Swords for Pisces, please? For Pisces. The Ace of Swords for Pisces, please. What's going on, Pisces? What you're thinking about? Tell me. We'll talk about it. Okay, Pisces, please. Can you show me Pisces? And it's almost your season, guys. We're a couple of days away. Exciting. Okay, whoa. Whoa, where are you going, Pisces? Oh, okay, we've got the King of Pentacles, we've got the Fool, and we've got Strength. Lots of pentacle energy. It feels that way. I think it's because they're all yellow. Under the King of Pentacles, you're feeling really good. You're really grounded. You're being really productive. Okay, you're sharing that productive energy with others. This is part of something relatively new for you. So you are having to put your foot down a little bit and put down some little boundaries. But most part, you're doing really well, Pisces. You're like, yeah, as long as I hold everything like this and we keep going in this direction, and I feel good. Good. I think you're also gathering strength as you go along, which is beautiful. I don't know what you're doing, but it's fantastic. You're coming across more stable and open as a result of it. And you're like, yeah, it's like where you are in life, you're quite happy to be there. You don't really want to go anywhere else at this time. But that is also part of a new journey as well. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. For some reason, I don't feel like they wanted to come out fully. It's like they wanted to come out together. What's that then? There was a counterpart here. They're not here any longer. Okay. Well, what is this then, Pisces? Did they take money from you? So you lose some investments here in the past? Or maybe an opportunity that just passed you by, but that opportunity was attached to a person. The Knight of Swords and the Empress. It's almost like you had to let something or someone go for your own good or for theirs. It's like you were making the mature decision for your happiness, your growth, their happiness, their growth. Knight of Swords, it was swift though. Because this is, you've got quite slow moving energies around you at the moment, but that Knight of Swords almost comes in like you just cut clean. A connection severed. Queen of Pentacles in reverse with the Ace of Pentacles at her feet. You're the King of Pentacles in this scenario. Someone who you considered your equal, at least at some point. It's like they had to go, or they left, or they went. Some of you could have been dealing with an actual bereavement. If that's the case, I'm very sorry. But it's almost like when they left, a piece of you went with them. Okay, can I go first? That's very sad, Pisces. You wouldn't know though, like because you're just bossing it at the moment, but that's your headspace, so I get that. Emotions are a different beast. Okay, we've got the Three of Cups, we've got the Two of Swords, and then we have the Two of Wands. There's another energy here, third energy. So you being the first one, second one being this reverse Queen of Pentacles person. Now, when I say King and Queen of Pentacles, this is not genders, okay? These are just energies. The Queen of Pentacles could very much be a man. The King of Pentacles could very much be a woman or whatever, okay? And then we've got a third one here, the Three of Cups. You don't see them though. They're a hidden energy from you. You're looking for them though. But you don't see them, but you're looking. I don't know whether or not it's to, you know, say you lost a spouse, whether it be through divorce or other means, and then maybe you're now getting ready to re-enter the dating scene or something like that. But there's a hesitancy there from emotionally. You're emotionally cut off from your heart space. It's quite closed at this time. But I still see there being hope for a new, and you intending to go out looking for a new. And whatever that new thing is, that's looking for you as well, Pisces. Okay, can I get the Ace of Pentacles, please? The Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords, okay, the Six of Wands and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, you've got a few potential people coming over the horizon for you, Pisces. You'll know which one when it's the right time. When that heart space of yours opens, I bet. So it's like you're connecting with other energies, but you're doing it in kind of an emotionally reserved way. Then you meet one eventually where you go, okay, that's the one. But it's like an inner knowing, and then you explore from there. Now, it's not showing me that this person is the love of your life, your husband, your spouse forever, or wife, whoever. They're just showing me there's one out of all of them that feels most comfortable. And they stand out among the other ones. And that's the one you connect to next. What the outcome of that connection is, I don't know. Something very interesting about this reverse Queen of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles, though. It's like whoever this was, they took a chunk out of you when they left, either emotionally or physically in the back pocket, financially or something. And you've had to rebuild, and you're still in that process, while also maybe entertaining other energies as well, but nobody emotionally very close at this time. But in the near future there, one does really stand out to you, Pisces, and you start rethinking that closed heart of yours. Now, when I say closed heart, that's not at all on purpose. Looking at what you've been through here, it's totally understandable why you'd be closed for business in that way, Pisces, but still open to making new connections. You might also just be doing more community events and things like that. It doesn't have to be romantic, but there is a significant person. They stand out. That's all I'm being told about them. Okay, and then you recognize them for who they are. To you, meaningful. Right, can I get some universal advice, please, for Pisces? Yeah, you don't see them now. Queen of Swords in reverse. This person is not in your now. Okay, fair enough. Also, you're way not in that headspace yet anyway. You're still finding your feet on your new path there, Pisces. But you're doing a really great job. Focused on work, focused on stability. I can see why. Yeah. You're doing, your mind isn't even in that direction as of yet. Right, can I get the Ace of Cups then? The Four of Cups on its side. It's coming in close though. It's close. You can't see them. It's like they're just here in the shoulder. But you're focused elsewhere. I think also whatever this person was that took a piece of you in some way, you haven't yet seen how much of a favour they've done you until a bit more time passes as well. At the moment it just feels like a blow. You've got to rebuild, you've got to, it's hassle. Yeah, it is hassle, but yeah, I think you end up building better than what you had before, so they actually end up doing you a favour in some way. Okay, but there is I'm getting kind of drained energy from whoever this is, as in i.e. they were draining you or taking from you. I think when they left, they took a big chunk of you somehow, but that will repair and heal and get back to where it was and actually be more robust and stronger for you. Okay, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, once this is completely gone out your system. So I don't know if some of you are dealing maybe with alimony, maintenance, divorce proceedings or something like that. All of that is taking the toll at the moment, and it means that this cycle with whoever this is not quite finished. When that is totally over and you start exploring other options, that's when your energy starts opening up again. I don't know how long that's going to be. It's different for all of you. Yeah, there we go. So then we've got the Six of Swords, which is representative of your focus at this time, is being quite directed on getting this situation cleaned up, over and done with, and you rebuilt and back on your feet, and whether it be emotionally or financially. And then you actually drop the attachment completely. We've got the Devil in reverse. Yeah. That makes sense. So you don't have to focus on anything else, and then your heart space, you can focus on your heart space and opening that back up. And when you do, a couple of people kind of flood in to fill that vacuum, right? This heart space that's got of yours that's open, Pisces. One in particular stands out among the rest, but it's also once you've completely dropped attachment to whoever or whatever this was that took a piece of you. Okay, let's get you some universal advice, Pisces. I hope that makes sense to you. I can ramble, I'm aware. Okay, can I please get some universal advice for Pisces, please? One more shuffle on that, please. Universal advice for Pisces, please. Universal advice for Pisces. Making sure we're all above board, Pisces, and we're all running and rocking and rolling. Okay, Pisces, please. Universal advice for Pisces. Yeah, the Three of Stones. Yeah, the Ten of Cups. Wow. Oh, and the King of Cups. Oh, this is a very healing person that you are about to enter with, Pisces. And most importantly, you start feeling like yourself again very soon. So the Three of Stones is about cooperative energies that want to build, co-create, actually be useful to you in some way. They want to give to you as much as you give to them. Together, you're doing something together. About a joint happiness. That's the Ten of Cups, is joint happiness, happiness with others. And then the King of Cups is emotional maturity. I believe this represents the person you're moving towards. It also represents the person you are by the time you reach them as well. So because that's your king, Pisces, the king of love is the king of water. So these are really two matching, well-aligned energies, and I'm not seeing any toxicity here at all. It's actually being dropped there with the devil in reverse. All good, green lights from the universe, but of course you're just dealing with the loose ends of this situation, this reverse Queen of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles. Okay, Pisces, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope that it helped. If it did, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to give the video a little thumbs up if it resonated with you. Thank you so much for joining me here at Esotera Tarot. If you're interested in a one-to-one reading, then check the description box below for all of my reading options. And with that, Pisces, I'm going to love you and leave you. Until the next time, take care. Right, that's everyone done. It was lovely being here with you again, guys. We're going to start next week as usual, so don't worry, we're going to be back to our normal broadcast viewing next week. But I quite like doing this for Aces with you on a Sunday. Nice lazy Sunday afternoon activity. Well, not lazy for me. You guys, I hope you got to kick back and chill out. Okay, let's go into the last pull, the final closing reading for the collective, the final word from the Aces. This is where I pull one card for each ace, just to summarize for the collective the message they would like to send to us for this week. Okay, can you please show me the collective closing reading for all signs, please? I want a final word from the Ace of Swords, the final word from the Ace of Cups, the final word from the Ace of Wands, and the final word from the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, can you please show me the Ace of Swords, please, to start? What have we got here? Okay, the Two of Wands, nice. For the Ace of Cups, we have the Two of Pentacles, two twos. For the Ace of Wands, we have the Three of Pentacles, and then for the Eight of Pentacles, we get the Eight of Pentacles. So for the Ace of Pentacles, we get the 8. Very interesting in numerology this. We've got 2, we've got 2. They make 4 together, which is quite stable. 3, pyramid, most stable number that you get in numerology. And then you have the 8 of Pentacles, which actually with the Ace makes it a 9, which is divisible by 3. It's about reaching the end of a cycle, or at least very near the end of a cycle. So for the numbers, this is very interesting, and a lot of what people have been going through. I think there's been a lot of questioning of commitment, what kind of commitment that you want to be involved in. things like that, looking to the future, making changes that are permanent and for your highest and greatest good. It all speaks to all of that, but most importantly about the other energies that are working alongside you and being very cautious about who you let in. So for the Ace of Swords with the Two of Wands here, it's looking out into the open expanse of possibility. As you see, the man is actually looking at the world is his oyster. He can go in any direction he wants. The Ace of Swords by this means that we're not all trapped in situations quite as much as we think we might be trapped by them. There's always another way, there's always another option. They may be less comfortable than the easy option, but it might be the better option overall. So to check every nook and cranny of possibility, if any of you feel trapped in a situation, you'll be surprised there'll be a few escape hatches there where you can take an alternative route. The Two of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups speaks to emotional instability or back and forth. I think a lot of that has been going on over the past couple of weeks because we are in a period of change. The innovative energy of Aquarius is all about change. It's about sweeping away the old and bringing in the new. I think a lot of you have been doing that. So you might be letting go of old connections while simultaneously opening up to new connections. Or there might be connections that are with you now that are just, they've never balanced out, they've been unstable the whole time, you're preparing to let them go. Either way, it's the heart space is constantly always doing this juggling match with itself. What's good for you, what's good for them, what's good for you, what's good for them. So it's almost like reciprocity as well. So if you're giving a bit of your heart and then someone's giving you their heart in return, it balances out. But if you're giving and giving and giving and not getting anything back, then it becomes unstable. It's usually speaking between two energies. Be careful who you exchange cups of love with, everybody. Now the Three of Pentacles under the Ace of Wands only speaks to intent. What is this person's intent? What is your intent? Are you here to build, to create, to move forwards, to grow? Or is this just going to be a wham bam thank you ma'am kind of situation? Nothing wrong with either. It's just making sure that everybody involved in those connections are all on the same page. Try and find that out as early as you can to avoid hurt down the road. Then the Ace of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles. You've got the skills to be getting what you want. Now I think this is speaking more to financial stability and work rather than relationships. Some of you are skilling up and you're scaling up hard, or this is the year or the next week or couple of weeks or so to do that. There are opportunities out there everywhere. Your skills, everyone's skills are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Transferable. Okay, just because you're good at one job doesn't mean that's the only thing you're going to do for the rest of your life. You can transfer those skills into other opportunities as well. So keeping a weather eye out there. The universe is always dropping little seeds for you with people, with work, with whatever it is you've got your heart's desires set to. It's up to you if you want to plant them. Some will sprout overnight and immediately. Some might take a little bit of time, but keep on planting, guys. Some of them, one of them will undoubtedly sprout for your highest and greatest good. Okay everyone, I am going to leave the reading there for you. Thank you so much for joining me here, and it's absolutely fantastic to be back. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for being here, supporting the channel, liking and sharing. Every interaction, every comment means the absolute world to me and the cards. Until next time guys, take care.